Does anyone have any comments on ice cream sandwiches this week?
I have a worse one for you this week, and this one comes from personal preference. So
you can hold on to that opinion because, hey everyone, welcome back to D6, where I, RGM, bring together several friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show.
Jesus.
That's the last time I'll be making that joke, I promise.
Okay.
That's a lie.
Oh god, I legitimately still think that was really funny last week.
It was absolutely hysterical.
No, I've got a better one this week.
All right.
So you guys know how you like ranch on pizza?
Yeah.
Please don't do this.
I prefer mustard on pizza.
Not the weirdest
So
ever.
first off, we're gonna jump into some quick decent announcements. I don't want to hear a single word past this conversation. How dare? I hate mustard. You know I hate mustard, Des.
I know, that's why I always take
This
things
was a
with
personal
mustard.
attack.
I always take things with pickles.
You and Ronnie both. Anyways. Some quick D6 announcements before we jump on into tonight's game, and then we're gonna jump into the terrifying notion of what I have planned tonight. So first and foremost, I have some great news regarding the D6 podcast. Recently, in doing some little work, because I thought it got a lot more complicated than I thought, but we are finally over on Google Podcasts for the D6 Black Archives podcast. So all of our past episodes, including all of our new episodes and up and coming, will be over on the Google Podcast platform, along with Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So to all you beloved Android users, if you want to go ahead and start downloading our audio versions of these podcasts, keep in mind they come out every Saturday at 6 a.m. first thing in the morning. So if you're just driving to work, or if you're just trying to listen to something while you're getting ready for work, then by all means, go ahead and check out some of the links. All of our links is currently either down below in the description for the VODs, or over on our Twitter, which I announce every single week when the audio versions of these go up. So if you're interested, go ahead, check out the D6 Black Archives podcast versions. Next up in announcements, I have released the release dates for D6 Amen miniseries, which is being heralded and dungeon mastered by our good friend Joe Cat. There will be audio podcasts for this as well, for the following VODs. They'll be released on Saturdays starting July 9th, I believe I wrote. That will be by the time episode 1 comes out, and then a few days later, the podcast version will be released on the Black Archives profile, if you will. So yeah, if you want to keep an eye out for that, then by all means. And that's it for D6. Of course, I want to also give a wonderful shout out to our wonderful friends over at Gamer Subs, which, if you guys don't know, I had recently just did a sponsor for them, over on How to Be an Adventurer. They released their Pirate Waifu Cups, which I didn't realize were sold out.
Yeah, it sold out literally the day you linked it to me.
Yeah, I thought that they had restocked because they sold out way too fast.
I cried a little bit.
I misinterpreted one of the announcements over on GamerSubs. They're planning to re-release all of their Season 2 Waifu Cups relatively soon, so hopefully the Pirate Waifu Cup will come out. But however, the flavor Peach Tea is also out that you can buy, which I would highly recommend. I truly do love the peach tea flavor. I just like tea very, very much, but unfortunately it's so high in sugar, I didn't want to do it. So now that I have my flavors back, I'm happy. So yeah.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
It sold out so quickly because your commercial did so well.
Yeah, it did.
They saw 1 second of that commercial, they're like, I gotta buy it.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested, go ahead, check out gamersubs.gg/Shienpai. Use the code Shienpai in order to get 10% off your final order. All right. Are we ready?
No.
Yes, but no.
This is fine.
Oh, joyous days. Oh, God. So, with that being said, let us jump into tonight's episode of D6. So, where we had last left off. As our adventurers had joined in on this Peace Summit for pretty much a world gathering in order to discuss issues, current political problems, as well as settling certain narratives that have gone out throughout the world. During this night, all of our adventurers had ran into their pasts between Samuel Ishgari, Akiakari, Frabura, Tyrion Marin Islewind, Seach's parents, as well as a Grin Nodriv, his true name, for Leodon. Many conversations were had. Leodon had been charmed somehow without anybody noticing. Akiakari turned out to be a Scion of the Red King, as far as anybody knows what that's about, before a parade and procession of demons came within the ballroom and began to assault many of its individuals in a grand bloodbath as Grin, this high priest of the Red King, as well as Akiakari, begin to walk away into another room in the chaos of this all the while Leodon is being told to follow closely behind. So with that being said, as this massive amount of attacks begin, I'm going to go across the table, and I'm going to ask each and every one of you, what is your intention? Citra.
First intention, since she's pretty much trying to pull on Leo, is she's going to try and physically try to snap him out of it.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Please, God. It's a 19 to
That
hit
hits.
Leo. Okay. Cool. She's got her staff out. She's like, I'm so sorry. And she just swacks at his head.
Ow!
Hold on. There's.
Ow!
Yeah.
Oh, right. Leodon, I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw. Just need to know.
13?
You still feel compelled to listen to Grin as your mind suddenly feels fuzzy before you can feel almost as if something coil around your head from the words spoken earlier continue to control you, as you were confused by your friend attacking you, but also there's this dangerous notion that something's going on, but you just don't know what.
Yeah. Teacher would see that it didn't work and then look back at Dante in a panic. Because she was with Dante at first, too.
Alright. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to skip Leodon because, Leodon, you are following close behind.
Yep.
Grin, as you get knocked to the head and you just turn around and you keep following as if trying to ignore this random attack from your friend. Dante, what are you doing?
Can I do my bonus action first?
Yeah.
Okay, so my bonus action is to summon Virgil.
Alright, as from your little wristlet, a spectral blue bird comes out. Ow!
You're not taking my friend, fucker! So, and Dante was already on one knee before we even got here. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna take a steady shot at Grin. I'm gonna get him in in one of his ankles.
Okay, so this is gonna be your full action. So go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
Okay, attack with advantage. Okay, so alright. Our desk mother, please help us. Ooh.
That hits. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Dang.
All right.
We'll roll again to see if you crit.
Okay, let me see if I can do even better. Okay, never mind. That's so. Okay, so that was 7. So okay, so piercing damage, or actually, sorry, wrong one. Piercing damage combo. 10, and then.
All right.
Is this considered a sneak attack?
Yes.
You had
because
advantage.
Yeah, you did.
You do have advantage. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So then with that, so it was 10, and then it's going to be an additional 13.
Nice.
All right.
Nicely done.
But wait, I also got Virgil.
But wait, there's more.
Not yet. Should I
Your bonus
hold off
action
on
was steady aim.
Virgil's action is connected to your action. So
okay, all right.
yeah. So doing steady aim pretty much takes Virgil's action is a part of your actions. Like he's still
okay, so he's part of the
independent.
bonus actions.
Yeah,
okay.
he's still a bonus action to use.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah. Please excuse me. That was 23.
Am I allowed to use my movement?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep in mind, you're still free moving. It's just that you have one action to kind of do something in this room while everything's happening.
I think steady aim specifies that you have to use all of your movement to use it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah, Citra's just holding on to Leo the entire time as best she can.
I just wanted to
my
see.
leg.
Thank you, Connor. You are rules lawyer. Thank you. All right. So as
Happy to help.
you drop to your knee as you let Virgil out as he comes flying into the room. You release a single shot as it goes through multiple different people as it just almost curves through, kind of oddly, in a way, extremely almost William Tell-like, before it hits the back shoulder of Grin as he, I don't have time for this, as he pulls it out and begins to continue walking forward into the next room.
What a jerk.
Somewhere? Yeah, all 3 of those individuals, along with a small posse of individuals, are following closely behind.
Citra's trying to just drag on Leo. Trying.
For the actual sake of that, I need you to make a strength save.
Oh boy.
Yep. Or no, a strength check.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, then I clicked the right one anyway. Hold on.
You're fine.
Hold on. There's one more thing I can do here.
I'm holding.
I got this menu so long. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Oh, favored by the gods. Okay.
Yeah.
You are
So
still
that's 17.
you're still holding on to onto Leodon as he's kind of walking and being slightly slowed down from you. I'll let you know what happens in a moment.
Yeah.
Burra,
Power of friendship.
what are you doing?
I'm helping Citra.
All right, as you run across the room and you just jump and you grab Citra's ankles as you're trying to also pull on Leodon. I need you to make
I just want to say something before doing the roll.
Yeah, sure.
Stop being an asshole, Leo! You're making this little girl cry!
She is actually crying.
I need you to make a strength check.
Got it. Saving throw or regular?
Just a regular check. And at this point, Leodon, go ahead and roll me a contesting strength check.
But 7 in my 17, so...
11.
11. Leodon, your movement is now 0. As you're being held down by a small tiefling girl and a massive half-orcan man as you're just like... trying to go.
I need to go.
Laren,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I'm
I'm a little confused of what the hell is going on in the room.
You notice that there is a basically a cavalcade of demons that have invaded. To give you a full detail of what's happening, both Helena and Canis, as well as their children, are all weapons out, taking care of two of the 5 Garishros. You can see over on the Thalian cliffside, there is a multitude of individuals that are currently holding back Hezeros and various other Yugoloths. Over on Wallenstein's side, it seems like the Arhir is unreceptive to any of this.
The what?
The Arhir, the Arhir Vestakalavit, the head of Wallenstein,
Gotcha.
is unreceptive to all of this, kind of just staring. You can see as Lacarel is currently in fear, just trying to hide anywhere. Your entire family is at arms and currently surrounding your mother, with your father currently just plucking things off with a crossbow. Excuse me. I'm trying to give you at least a reasonable detail, but you can tell those who can fight are fighting. Along with Tarion and Marin are also currently in the fight, as Marin is currently just holding her hands close to her chest and almost...
Even the dragons?
Yes, even the dragons as well. You can see there.
What about Mistra?
Mistra and Tavash are currently in a back area. She is currently just whispering to him about something, like almost receptive but not caring, as this god is known for just kind of not getting into the fight of it all, more than willing to help, but not more than willing to get into it herself.
Of course. Typical.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see the posy of the asshole that Leodon is trying to follow. How big a space would you say they are covering?
Since it's 3 of them, that's 15 feet wide, and then in that entire area with a small group and posse, and Leodon currently now falling behind from the rest of them. They're currently going through one of these massive doors that are leading off to actually a pretty familiar place to you. It leads to the Clarion Vault. And you know who guards the Clarion Vault. It is none other than Benedictus.
Gotcha. Oh, they would get fucked, but we're gonna have to avoid them from getting any closer. How resistantly structured are the doors they're going through?
They're pretty well structured. They're these massive, half-foot thick wooden doors with metal banding that connect them to the stonework of this castle.
Would you say the thing blocking the door is a heavy object that we need to lift, or is it unlocked?
Oh, it's already unlocked. It's opened and kind of pushed through, as many of the Rikuyo House members, some of the Kali monks, as well as these 3 individuals are kind of making their way through it now.
And the people, the posse are acting the same as Leodon, huh?
You're not exactly sure. You're not exactly sure if they're either charmed or if they're following orders. You can't tell. But you can see some of the Adamantine Guard are currently fighting amongst themselves with some level of confusion to it all.
Okay. Final question. How far are they from those doors?
They're already past it. Like, they're halfway through it. It's not like you can't see past the doors. You can see that they're walking through them.
Well, fuck it. I'm gonna use binding ice on the group of 3 people, all the 3 assholes. It's a 30 feet cone.
30 feet cone. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to cover the assholes as much.
All right, as you
and some of its posse all the way up to the door.
As you pull out your spellbook and you're kind of just dipping and diving between many of these individuals, moving as far as you possibly can before you open your palm and release this massive wave of ice. Go ahead.
It's going to be a Constitution saving throws. DC 16.
DC 16. Okay. So that's a fail. That's a fail. All 3 fail.
Ooh.
Okay, including his posse further in. Like, I'm trying to provoke. I'm shooting basically behind all the way up to where the door is, covering as many of his posse as possible, including them.
Okay, so what are the effects of this as well?
So basically, on a fail save, the creature takes 3d8 cold damage, and it's hindered by ice formations for 1 minute.
So it has to use its full. So its movement is halved, or
I'm looking at it. It's formation for 1 minute, or until another creature within reach of it uses an action to break the ice. On a creature hindered by the ice has its speed reduced to 0. So all of them who fail are frozen in place.
Nicely done, dude.
Good to know. All right,
and they all get 13 points of damage, cold damage.
Okay.
Wait, did that hit us?
Good to know. I will do.
Wait, hold on. Can you get plus? Will the +1 of the Grimoire also go into this?
Technically yes.
Okay, so 14.
Okay. Oh no, wait, not damage. It's just for your spell attack and your DC.
Got it. So yeah, so the number before. 13 points of cold damage, and they are all hindered by ice, unable to move forward.
Is that hitting us, or are we further behind?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be.
I apologize for taking so long. I need to be sure what the situation was in total.
Dude, I'd rather you checked instead of being the person that goes, I didn't stutter, I said fireball. Okay.
Yeah.
Laren has a freaking keen mind. He's paying attention a lot.
We're good friends. We're good. We got this. I have a wizard that did that to us.
As these 3, along with what is a group of the individuals that were kind of standing in the way, all get frozen at the feet in place.
I'm sorry, but you're not leaving the party yet.
As you see,
are we rolling initiative?
In this one, in all this one action, as the Red Priest looks back towards you. You have some skill. I'll note that. But you're not skilled enough, kid.
Says the one frozen in place.
As he points towards the lot of you, all trying to gather together with the exception of Dante being the farthest back. I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is this a spell?
Me included?
Counter spell.
Wait, me included or excluded?
You excluded. Yep.
Are we still making this save, or is he rolling counterspell?
I need to know, what level are you casting it at?
I mean, the max level I can is 3rd level, which is the only level of the spell.
Okay. It is a higher level, so I'm going to need you to roll.
Level higher, ability check using your spellcasting ability. So, what is my ability? +4 or +8?
It is
+4.
It is your modifier.
Yeah. +8 would be like a 30 strength score or so 30 intelligence score or something.
Yeah, I'm reading I read the modifier and the spell attack. That's why I'm confused. So I did 20 +4. Here we go.
Let's see what it is.
21.
21.
Oh shit.
As the spell enters the space, it fizzles in his hand, and he looks confounded. Well then. And then he turns over to Grin. I guess you can take your chance at this. Would love to. As he claps his hands together, I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
I can't double counter spell.
Oh, fuck me. 11.
17.
I mean, she is holding onto Leo. She's not exactly being nimble right now.
12.
Wouldn't you be at a disadvantage
You would be
considering
at
your movement is
disadvantage.
0?
Yeah, because you're considered.
Oh, thank God I'm a halfling.
Am I grappled? Am I restrained? What is happening here?
I believe it would be. I believe it
19.
would be restrained. Okay.
Restrained. Okay.
I rolled a 1 followed by a 17, so a total of 19. Thank you, halfling. Luck.
Would this count as a wisdom saving throw for Leo?
No. Well, to be honest, Dante, you're too far back, so you're already fine.
Oh,
No.
I meant for Leo, because he just got attacked. No?
This is a spell. It's not a melee.
Ah, okay.
Whack.
All right. So Leodon, and
12.
Pura. Okay.
Citra
wait.
got 11.
So Citra, Leodon are the only two that did not make it. As he turns back and he points, as the Baron points in that general direction, seeing that you'll probably end up making it, as a burst of fire enters that entire area, taking out even some of the guards and guests. You all take 14 points of fire damage.
Resistant.
I'm going to cast Absorb Elements to reduce that by half.
Wait, can you still cast spells even though it's in magic?
I mean, I see a huge gout of fire coming towards me.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind, Leodon, your survival instincts, your nature to keep living is still in you. So it doesn't mean that you're not incapable of doing things to protect yourself.
Quick question on your master.
Yes.
What was the damage again?
It was 14 points of fire damage.
So 7 for those who succeeded.
Yeah, 7 for
I have
those who
resistance to
succeeded,
it.
and Dante is just fine.
Yeah.
Is there an implication on the charm on Leodon that if any of the allies of the person who charm,
Yes, he needs to make another wisdom saving throw.
with advantage, I believe?
No,
If it's
just
if
straight.
it's one of the allies of the enemy?
No, this is not exactly that.
Gotcha.
I can tell you that.
I'm
All right.
content.
Wisdom save.
Please.
19.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
Leodon, in absorbing the elements, and suddenly your mind becomes clear. You've been lied to this entire time. You've
Citra
been
is
played
holding
for a
on to
fool.
you.
And you realize he did something to you
The birds.
earlier. He's done this before. He did it to you before. And you can't fucking believe it. And as
I had like both of my axes in front of me to block the fire. And by the way, the fire changes to a blue tint as I cast Absorb Elements. And I just lower the axis and I look at him with a cold stare.
Does Citra notice this stare finally?
oh yes.
She
You
just
notice
looks
your
up,
friend
she's
is
like,
angry. As for what of these leftover individuals are now being commanded to break the ice, as each one is going in with each weapon and breaking as their feet become loose and free. You managed to stop half the procession, as they feel like that this business is starting to go on for a little too long. As the Red Priest points to his Scion and says, "Keep them busy for the time being," before those two begin to walk further forward, before Akiakari turns and commands his entire troop to start backing further in. By the way, you managed to do some good, so I'll make a change when we have to. But they do proceed forward as far as they can for now.
How far is the vault from here?
It's about 2 rooms over. Canis likes to keep things close.
Feet-wise?
Somewhere around 80 to 100 feet far.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sending my bird familiar to warn Benedictus.
Oh, another bird.
Dash, motherfucker, dash.
All right.
Run, Forrest, run.
All right. So with that said, as they proceed further into the room, as a group of both Yimnin and Kali Monk guards begin to back into it as well, you all still begin to notice that things are not great in the main ballroom, or the main throne room, as there is still a cavalcade of demons. One Garisho has finally fallen thanks to both Canis and Helena and their children's efforts, and are beginning to slightly thin the herd before both Haley and Harleen show up. All of you, go. You deal with them, because it seems like you've already managed to handle that. We'll deal with the rest of everything here. Go.
Okay. Just a quick question, basically, before we're about to, just go. Does Citra at least still see her parents standing?
Oh yes, they're still standing. They're currently dealing with a couple of Hezeros that are trying to corner the Vizier. And you can see as Tarian, as he's noticing that things are getting bad, in a moment's notice, you see a shining golden light come out from him as he bursts in this bluish, almost mechanical-like phase before just standing stalwart in front of this Hezero that is now beginning to surround them.
Alright, so the car just left, right?
Yes.
He's not. Yeah, so there's no clues. There's no clues to where he is. Okay.
No,
Alright.
the clue is that he just left into the next room.
We're going.
Yeah.
Okay, that
We're
changes
going.
everything. No, that changes everything. Change everything.
Yeah. Citra would let go of Leo and very quietly, I'm so sorry for hitting you.
Okay, so that is taken care of. Okay.
I mean, goes without saying
Time.
we're chasing who we told, right?
Yeah, you guys have been given the leeway to give chase to this small group of individuals now standing in the way to the Clarion Vault.
Alright.
Now I'm going to just to make sure that Bards' dad is part of those individuals, not some other individuals. That's what I'm going to check to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, chasing.
Let's go.
All right. You all give chase.
Oh, actually, before they fully run, Citra would tap Leo with Cure Wounds real quick. That's an apology. I did hit you
I
pretty hard.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So,
Wait. I have a question.
Not much,
I have a,
but you
I
get
have a
4.
question. How far separated can me and Virgil be?
Virgil can go for miles before returning to you. It's kind of one of the benefits that he was blessed with.
Okay. Damn, his screech isn't melee, isn't it?
It's not melee. It is a long-range version of, or it's basically an Eldritch Blast. Basically always at level 1.
Okay, alright then. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
If I was gonna leave him in this room or if I was gonna keep going.
Yeah.
He's gonna come with us, but I'm gonna have Virgil go the farthest forward.
Okay.
Chasing these guys.
Yeah.
Note that, and also I'm taking note for Laren's summoned familiar. Alright.
Connor, Leo got at least 4 points back of health.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you all move into the next room. As you do, you see a massive Garistro now eyeing you all down. You all have an opportunity to try and shut these doors as quickly as you can to prevent what he will be doing next.
Okay.
What?
What?
There is a Garistro about to chase you all down.
Garistro?
Close the doors, close the doors, close the doors.
Close the door, close the door, close the door. Keep the guests safe.
A Garistro, as far as what you should know about them, they are these almost 2-story tall bull-like creatures.
Oh.
Ah,
They're
Yeah.
of
nasty.
course.
As especially you, Leodon, notice that he is eyeing you as he gets down on all fours and begins to prepare for what is a goring attack. So I need you.
Well-
So do you guys want to try and do something to stop it, or to close these doors to prevent some form of damage?
I want to close these motherfuckers.
Close the doors.
Okay, so we should get probably the strongest people to try to close these doors, and our softest people to maybe blind it first. My favorite move. So Virgil is farthest forward, yes?
Yeah, he's all the way in the room.
Okay, I want to have him use talons on that bullfucker's eyeballs.
Given how you had made him move the farthest into the next room, he doesn't have enough feet to make it on the way back.
Oh, okay, so he's chasing the
Yeah.
other guys right now, huh?
Yeah, that's what you wanted him to do, right?
Yeah, I just didn't realize
Okay.
the Geishra was gonna show. Okay, so
Help
so
them-
I use my movement to get inside those doors, outside those doors, so then they can start closing it. How close am I to the Geishra now?
He's some 40 feet, which by the end of his movement he'll be up next to you guys.
Okay, damn, I already
wait a
used my
minute.
movement. I used my movement to get inside the doors. Fuck.
Yeah.
I could buy us a little time.
Bye.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. Why not? Regardless of whether this works or not, it's going to slow him down at least.
Okay.
Oh, the webs.
Yeah, I'll conjure iridescent teal sticky web as I cast
Okay.
web on him. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
You Spider-Man.
Wow, I am rolling like trash tonight.
Good.
So that's gonna be a 7.
Perfect. He is restrained.
Wait,
All right,
Leo,
as
are
he-
you Spider-Man? You haven't answered my question.
No.
Second time.
I've also
as-
done this before.
Yeah, CJ got
It's
stuck
true.
in it.
As you can see, as he's rearing back, as he begins to start running forward, you quickly cast web as a burst of teal webs begin to just surround and stick to the ground, and he's just as he almost capsizes up and over as he just a small group of adamantine guards, as well as both Harleen and Haley, begin to just try and start wailing on it while they have the advantage.
I'll just give him a cold stare before slowly walking into the room.
Okay. So, as all of you start making your way into the next room,
Run, boy, run.
you can see there is a formation made just to separate what is now the two other people, now beginning to try and proceed into the next room for the Clarium Vault. Standing before you is Aki Akari, as well as this mighty samurai armored individual. As there are about 7-8 people surrounded on each side to kind of prevent any further procession. With that, I can finally start having you guys roll
Oh,
some initiatives.
finally.
Oi.
Question, is William among them?
Fortunately, they are already heading into the next room at this point. So,
Okay, so William is in the other group. I want to kill that guy. I barely know him. I really want to kill him.
Mr. Electric, kill him!
Oh my lord.
Okay. All right. Our Death Mother, please help us. Damn it. 9.
Wait. Before we start. Alright.
Yep.
Akari is with, I brought fathers within shouting distance.
yes. Yes, he is.
Okay, time to do it.
As... Oh, so sorry, I'm supposed to be standing. As he stands towards the bottom of the steps, kind of hand on the hilt of the blade, and you see this samurai now drawn with this massive blade,
Father, what are you doing?
I had every reason to believe that what needed to be done was to be done.
And that requires working with these things?
Yes.
Do you know how dishonorable that is?
Dishonor? You dare talk to me about dishonor? Who put the clothes on your back, the roof over your head, the food in your mouth?
And I will gladly spit that food out if it meant working with these things. You taught me that honor would be doing what's right.
Just like what you did to your brother.
Don't say his name. Don't mention this. What happened with him has no bearing with what's happening right now.
I fully disagree. Akibodo! As you see the massive reddish samurai standing before you, takes off the helmet and mask, revealing the face of your fallen brother, bro.
Bro drops the sword. Yeah.
You took my son. You took the heir of the Rokoyo house.
I didn't. No! No!
So now I face you with a choice. As he pulls out a small blade from under his belt and he throws it across the room towards your feet. You finally return honor to yourself like you were supposed to. Or you can fight for your life. You can see the face of your brother is stone cold. It does not have the original color it did before. You can tell that the eyes are dead.
Raw looks at this small sword. You know, a few weeks ago, I would have gladly ended it right here to regain my honor. But over the past couple of weeks, I'm starting to realize that honor isn't about honor isn't about just battles, bloodshed. It's about just working with people that you care about, just trying to do the right thing, putting your life before their lives before yours. Not so. He picks up this small sword. He picks a small sword and throws it back at him. You can shove your honor up your ass.
You see your father in squinting disappointment. Have it your way then. Death it is. And I still need Leodon, and I still need Vura's initiative.
Alright, yeah, this got to go.
Ooh. How did you do
Natural
worse than me?
one.
Oh no!
25.
Oh, goddamn!
Woo! Damn!
The little chair disappears from Laren's name. Ah, okay, I'm back. Out of cutscenes?
Alright.
17 for Laren.
Oh, quick
I
question.
already got it. Don't worry.
Quick question. How is Citra doing? Do I have to roll another wisdom?
At this point, you feel like you're trying to contain your stress. Go ahead and make me a wisdom throw.
Okay. I was just curious because this whole thing has been a lot.
Yeah.
Also, I know you got it, Yara, but saying it out loud for people listening,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
19. Alright, I'm good.
Okay. You feel control, and you're almost feeling as if you're acclimating to battle as you continue on through these endeavors. So, that noted, as combat begins, Burra, you take the first step as you pick up your blade and you position yourself against your own undead brother.
Oh my lord.
You make the first move. Daito?
No, I'm just sighing like he's Brawl sighing, trying to get into character. Brawl walks four choices on dead brother.
Alright.
I know deep inside you wouldn't want this. Don't worry. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it here for you. Alright, attacking.
Alright. Go ahead and make me some attacks.
Alright. Fuck.
Nope.
Fuck.
Nope. As
Damn it.
you draw your blade up high as you try and swing, your blades clash, almost as if he's easily doing it. Almost as if it's nothing to this. Every time your blade clashes, you can hear the word of your name being called out in the voice of your brother. Alright.
Alright.
Anything else that you want to do? You still have your bonus action.
No, I'm saving rage for later. Alright, nope. That's it.
Alright. Next up. You are Rios. As he is going to make, or actually, yeah. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Damn.
Nope. As almost as if he wants to hold on to you for just a moment, as he twists his hand, you feel your body begin to seize as he casts Hold Person on you.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck. Great.
And that's going to be his turn for now. Laron, you're up. Or Laren, sorry. I don't know why I say
worries.
Laron. Like I read it and I think I'm thinking Bloodborne, so sorry.
No worries. Okay, so we are looking at a bunch of possibly indoctrinated people right now. Also, if they are indoctrinated, possibly like the whole mind control, like with Leodon. When I did the ice damage, shouldn't they have done a saving throw?
I counted because they are a swarm. I just need to roll once, and they did make their check. So they're fine. That's the reason why they were able to help the other three to get out of it.
I need to account. I hate not having got full control of my character. It's been a while.
Oh no, it's fine. I told you, I'd be having you slinging spells today.
Yeah. So I do believe then I am going to get as close as possible with my 20 feet of movement from the side.
4, right about here.
Yeah. And incoming another cone, 30 feet. Reaching all the way up to the first guy on the stairs.
Okay, so I'm gonna maneuver that a bit. Yeah, so you're just gonna miss Burra. Good news.
Yay!
Hooray!
Yay!
Everyone! Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so What was your spell's DC again?
16.
16. So Akiboto makes it. And this is the Swarm. Swarm makes it. However, the old man at the steps does not.
Okay.
So
everyone who succeeded get half of 16 points of ice damage. So who succeeded is 8.
16.
8.
Those who fail take the full 16.
Say, because I'm accounting for health for this massive group.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and
those who failed also are frozen in place.
yeah.
Okay, that was my action. Bonus action. I'm not gonna use it because I have nothing for bonus action that I can use right now. Unless... No. That is all I can do.
All right. Add his token in. All right. Oh, and he needs to make a con check for his spell. Oh,
Yep.
good. All right.
And the people who got hit can also make a save to see if they get out of the spell.
They already did at the start.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So the
right.
ones you just removed are out of the spell?
The ones I just removed are dead.
Dead.
As
Wow.
a massive cone enters this area, you can see as some of the frost begins to build up on the side of Ryu's armor. You can see as Akiakari is now frozen back in place angrily as he draws the blade to begin breaking himself free, as a small swath of these individuals get frozen in place. And that's about it. All right.
I hated doing that, but we need to start doing something here. Not to mention they are getting close to something they should not be getting close to.
Okay. By the way, this is going to be Virgil right here.
Oh,
And then
okay.
also
to
this...
be fair, we are in the Adamantine Bastions with Canos' 3,000 plus clerics.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, the back row
Included.
is going to be
Mass
fun.
resurrection.
All right. Next up is Dante.
All right. So can I have Virgil go first?
Sure. So
okay,
this is your bonus
I'm
action.
gonna have. Okay, this is my bonus action. So I'm going to have Virgil use Eldritch Scream in the direction of Aki. Or who's at the edge of the steps again? Is that Aki Akari?
Yes.
Okay, so in the direction of him, and I'm gonna try to get also those 2 swarms behind him.
You can only choose one target with Eldritch Screech. It's one,
Oh, okay.
one
I
person.
thought it was like a line. All right, so I'm gonna make a I'm gonna have him do a screech at Aki Akari.
Okay. And this, if is it restrained, Laren, for the for your spell?
Yeah, because he's trying to break himself free. No.
Because I'm trying to.
Wait, asking me? Wait.
Yeah. What your ice spell is? It restrained, grappled, or paralyzed?
Where is it?
I wanna know.
This is spell. There we go. A burst of cold damage, blah blah blah, until another creature within reach uses its action to break away the ice. A creature is hindered by ice has its speed reduced to 0 on a successful save. A creature has as much damage in it doesn't say.
Okay.
So I guess
just wanted
they're
to
not
double-
any sort of
I wanted-
they're not any
the
sort of
reason why I
condition. Their
wanted to double
speed is
check
just
is
0.
because it would make sense what the status might be. So he isn't restrained; he's just slowed to
He's
0.
frozen in place.
Yeah.
Reduced to 0.
Okay. So it's not restrained.
He needs another creature to let him free, though.
Okay. Good to know. All right. So go ahead
Oh,
and
no, until it or another creature. I apologize.
Okay. Good to know. All right. So so go ahead and just make me that Eldritch Screech attack.
Okay, 1 sec.
Yeah. I just needed to be sure because there's like general differences and all that stuff. So
Oh wait, are you saying that her attack is going to free
it
him?
would if he was restrained in some way, he would have Virgil would have had advantage on the attack.
Albert.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no.
Okay, so D10 plus 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually give benefits to my players.
Yay.
Okay, so that's 9 plus 2, so that's 11?
No. As the screech belts off from Virgil as the blade comes over and just... You hear the ring of the blade just echo into the room.
Wait, 1 sec, I might have done that wrong.
That should be accurate if you're using the stat block.
Wait, so for the... Is that plus... Oh, okay, sorry, I ran the wrong roll. I was supposed to do a D20 plus 4. I did a D10 for the attack, sorry.
You rolled damage instead of the actual...
Yeah, I rolled damage, that's my
Okay.
fault. Okay, so let me see. 20 plus 4, it's 24, sorry.
As instead of what was that last image, he is hit just behind the back by this large scream as his ears begin to slightly ring as he goes like this before... Allies in every place, I suppose.
Okay.
Alright,
so I'm gonna have him... I would say so now for the attack roll, to get that correct.
Yep.
Sorry about that, everyone.
You still have your action.
That's still a D10.
Oh, that's also an 11.
Alright.
Yeah.
You roll
So
a
it's-
D10 again.
Well, that's the damage.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, so I did the D20 for the to hit, and then the D10 for attack because it's not that strong.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, you still have your action. What are you doing?
So I still have my action. Shit, I don't have steady aim, so I'm going to. How many feet is Aki from here?
Somewhere a little under 80 feet, or a little under 60 feet.
A little under 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, shit. Where's my attention? Okay, good. That's 150 feet. Okay, so I'm gonna use my longbow, and I'm gonna try to take a shot at Aki.
Okay.
All right, and here we go. Our Dusk Mother, please help us. Woohoo! 24 to hit.
Nicely done.
All right, and then he is going to take 9 points of piercing damage.
Good to know. As another arrow comes swooping by just overhead over everyone as he's hitting the side. This is my first fight. And breaks off the arrow.
Also, does Virgil have movement?
He currently does.
Okay, I'm gonna have him move closer to me as far as he can get. I don't want my poor buddy getting spirited away again.
I'm right there.
Yeah, good spot, good spot.
Put him up in the air too. He is flying. There we go. Alright. And that's gonna be Dante.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That leaves the swarm. All two. Start ganging up on all of you.
Oh, fun.
Alright. So, gonna make an attack onto Leodon, 1 for Dante, 1 for Citra, and 2 for Laren. Alright, so Leodon, that's gonna be a miss. Dante, that's gonna be a miss.
Yes.
Citra, that's gonna be a miss. 17 for Laren.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, but
And 10.
I'm a wizard. That's what I miss.
Okay, so that's gonna miss. So only Laren gets hit. Alright.
oh, Laren.
Alright, that's gonna be 8 points of slashing damage as one of the many blades comes out as all of you begin to fully clash with next to each other.
How much
And,
damage?
8 points of slashing.
That's it.
Yeah, as comes up overhead as it comes down, and you're just like, ha, for the first one, and then you feel the cold steel enter your side as it comes and pulls back. So you, all right, it's gonna be Swarm, Citra. You're up, and Leodon is on deck.
Well, she's gonna go physical this time around. So she's just using her new staff. Gotta break it in sometime.
Yeah.
Okay. Yikes. 13?
Fortunately, no. Just
All right, if
barely.
If I had it moved, can I strike again or no?
If you what?
Because I didn't move, but I'm not sure. Because I have never mind. I think I'm remembering other characters. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, well, if that's the case, her bonus action is she's casting Shield of Faith on herself for the time being.
Okay, sounds good. All right, and that's gonna be Citra.
Yeah, I can't move as far as I know. So
I mean, you could still move. You still have your movement. It's just
Well, if
that
that's the case,
you're
I think
at
she'd
risk
go
of
be-
attack of opportunities.
yeah, it's just what I don't want right now. So
All right. All right. Next up is Leodon.
All right. So I see. Which one of the two cast Hold Person on Bruh?
It was this one right here.
Okay. Seeing that, I am going to immediately grab both of my Hermes hand axes, strike the metal on metal, and iridescent teal and purple wings will sprout from the backs of the hand axes as I cast Zephyr Strike.
Ooh, okay. I remember this.
I am going to run through these two people because my movement doesn't provoke attack of opportunities while I cast Zephyr Strike.
Awesome.
your audio's glitching.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, one square back as well. Yeah, I'm not running into melee.
Okay.
And then I am going to flick one of the hand axes at the guy he's fighting. Bruh's brother.
Bruh.
And I will use Zephyr Strike's advantage on this, so I have advantage on this attack.
Okay. Zephyr Strike is fucking good.
It's really good.
Something to note when I make my ranger.
15, and see if I get crit. Nada, but a 22 to hit.
Yep, that will hit.
All right. Hermes hand axes damage going off. Pitiful 7 damage.
Okay.
And also I am going to spend a use of my favored foe
Okay.
here to deal an additional 1d6 damage.
I have a question about Zephyr Strike. Does it mean that you get to make an attack after it lets you move, or?
It means I can. It's a bonus action.
Favored foe is also a bonus action.
Is it?
I believe so.
When you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can mark.
Oh,
You can
it's
mark the attack
after
as your
you
favorite.
attack it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
thought
it
I'm
says
thinking
no
of something
action.
else.
It's
I
a
was
freebie.
thinking- Yeah. All right.
It takes an additional 1d6 damage.
Yeah.
I think you might be thinking of my gathered swarm.
I was thinking of Hunter's
Actually, that's
Mark.
that's not an action either. Actually, so why not? I'll use gathered swarm as well to deal an additional 1d6 damage.
Okay. You know what that
Connor,
So
your
is?
I'll
audio's
still be
glitching
taking
Damn, Leo.
Damn.
He really wants to get
an
him.
additional 6 and an additional 6.
All right.
Woo!
Roll that con save, motherfucker.
Yeah, what's the DC at this point?
It was. What did I roll?
12.
It's 7 plus 6 plus 6, half of 19. So I still think that would just be.
The 10 will be still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So he rolled an 18.
Darn.
Yeah. He's still maintaining the spell.
Wait a minute.
Wait, he's got one more up his sleeve.
Zephyr Strike also adds additional force damage to the attack, so. additional 1.
Almost.
Almost.
Well, there I go.
All right.
Second attack.
Wait, does he? Wait, you do have.
I have extra attack. I have extra attack.
But
Damn.
is it? But Zephyr Strike is a
It's a bonus action.
bonus action. Okay, just
Yeah,
double
extra
check
attack
it.
is
Sorry, I have to constantly check with myself. You're fine.
Yep.
You're fine.
Second attack. Oh, 16?
No, as the
Darn.
second axe off the side of this red metal armor, it would have gotten just a little bit under it if you had just moved a couple of inches to the left.
Darn.
Yep.
All right, I'll use the rest of my movement to back into the wall behind me, and that'll be my turn.
There you go. Okay. All right, and that will be Leodon. Bruh, you are currently restrained.
Okay.
So, movement is 0. Wait. So, is it restrained or paralyzed? I believe it's restrained.
It says paralyzed on hold person.
Person?
Yeah.
H.
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed. Okay.
Can't.
So, you can't move, can't speak, and you're kind of just there.
Give you a character sheet. Rip it up.
No, nothing that bad.
Can't speak.
You get to make that check at the end of every.
Yeah, but he can do nothing, so just
Yeah.
a save.
So go ahead and make me another wisdom save.
You got this.
I'm so sorry. Slightly losing myself here.
16.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
good, that's
that's pretty good. That's
it's
pretty
pretty
good.
good, but not good enough. Barely missed
Ah!
it by 1.
Alright. Okay.
You're still held in place.
Alright. Here's a question. If I do a strength check, could that break me out?
No,
You
unfortunately,
can't
it's
do
all
anything.
wisdom. It's a spell.
Damn it! I was hoping
Yeah.
I could use my rage to break out of it like anime, and I can't speak. I can't speak and do my anime talk.
Thank
I am
God.
well
I'll
aware.
help you. I'll help you along the. I'll try to help you along the next round.
All right.
All right, so I guess
I'm trying to make him do concentration checks.
I guess I can't do anything but skip.
All right. It's now Ryu's turn. As
Cool.
he is going to move just about. No, because he wouldn't. You know what? He's just gonna do his 3 full attacks onto you, Burrow.
Ugh.
Oh, come on.
Three attacks.
Where is
Yep.
that?
Oh,
That's-
no.
those are crits.
Yeah, if they hit, they're all crits.
So he's dead.
So the first one's gonna be 19.
Oh.
Yep.
Second one is going to be a 21. And the last one is going to be a 13.
That last one missed.
All right.
Woo,
Okay, so there's a
barely.
shot.
We got a shot here.
All right. So these are all crit. Oh, and I also need to add my special damage.
It's okay, guys.
no,
Fighter
spec-
barbarian. He's got health.
All right. So first hit is going to be 14. Times 2 is 28. Second attack is going to be a 13. Times 2 is going to be 26. And then also, you take.
Yeah, I'm my health is zero.
Yeah. All right. Excuse me. As falls to the ground.
I've been there, buddy.
You can't speak. Can't speak right
Yeah.
now. He's doing just fine.
As the blade enters near your heart, you can feel your legs finally give out before you remember this isn't the end of the fight, as your orcish blood pulls through and you are back to 1 hit point.
Half orc.
Yep.
However,
And technically, he would be out of the paralysis, right?
yeah, because technically his hit points went to 0. Technically he dies, and then the spell stops, and then his orcish blood kicks in. It's kind of that
Yeah.
procession of things.
Oh yeah.
I already put my character's health at 0. I'm trying to.
Yeah, just put
There we go.
1
There
and
we
then
go.
heal.
Good stuff.
Yeah. As you're on the ground, as you are seeing the unabated face of what is happening here, you can also hear slight screaming from every slash. All right. So, being said, going to be the end of his turn, and Laren, I believe you are on deck.
Yeah.
And then Dante, you're following up after this.
You got it.
Well, fuck it. I trust you guys. Hopefully this goes well. I have very little HP, but I kinda need to use this one or never. I'm gonna cast Fireball.
Oh.
As Laren's skin turns red with scales, his face turns sort of draconish. And I'm going to spew a fireball to cover the entrance all the way to the edge of Bra. To cover all those hassles on the left.
Oh no, Virgil.
Try and get...
Yeah, just outside of Virgil.
All right, so Virgil's fine. Sorry, knocked
Thank
him over.
God.
Knocked him over.
Oh, he fell.
Yeah. By the way, I love this template that somebody sent me for a birthday gift.
That's really cool.
Great.
Yeah, that's the entire area of Fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in it.
Everything Imeg is going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
DC 16.
Okay, so High Priest is making it. Our wonderful friend Grin
Will the
is making
frozen guy
it.
have disadvantage? He can't move, it's frozen in place.
But it doesn't detail the actual status of like restrained.
I'm
or...
hooking up for advantages.
I know you're looking for
Yeah,
them.
I mean, if it was, then Virgil would have had advantage on
He
him
said-
as well.
Yeah, that's
sounds like
true.
he
I think
Like-
it would have.
Oh,
It would
I'm
have
not-
specified restrained if that was the
I'm
case.
looking for advantages on him. There's advantages on him.
All
Okay.
right, and then Akiakari.
All right.
Akiakari takes a 3 plus 3, so technically he fails.
Okay.
And
so
then
everyone who failed.
Akibodo is fine.
I mean, fine.
Fine.
To a fireball. Let's see how that
Yeah.
goes.
So
So 32 points of fire damage.
Wow.
Jesus.
Half of that for whoever succeeded.
Toasty.
Whew, it's spicy up in here.
2. And then you're taking the full brunt of it, so that makes it and then those two are taking half. Okay. As the room fills towards the back end with fire, as it, just like you guys had dealt with before, almost as if returned to sender, you can see as Akiakari is looking bloodied. He is well past half of his hit points at this point. Akibodo, however, is still standing, as well as the other two that are currently standing near the steps.
Question: was it a
Or
chandelier?
they're kind of already in the room. I'm saying that you're getting them because that's a massive area that goes from center to wide.
Question: was it a chandelier?
There is no chandelier here. There are sconces on the walls, as you can see in the.
Nah, that doesn't matter. I was looking for a chandelier to get on fire and drop.
I know you want to. I know you want to. All right.
That is all I can do. And, I'm gonna die in the next turn, guys. Peace.
Wait,
Alright.
I got you, Laren.
All right. Also, thank you to whoever did. Oh, actually, Mal, you sent me this one. Not our Mal.
My friend Mel.
A Mal that
Different.
me and Blue know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mal.
Yeah. So thank you for that. All right. So that's going to be the end of Moran's turn. It is now Dante, and then it will be the swarm up next.
Fuck. Okay, so is Laren right next to me, or is Laren farther away?
Laren's the one on the right.
Laren's a little is over here.
Tiny red
Okay.
point over there.
Okay, Laren's over there. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna use, so Virgil, I'm gonna have go first again. Once again, I'm gonna have Virgil do Eldritch Screech on, Bruz Brother.
Oh.
No.
All right.
Bruz Brother.
All right. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Okay, let me see. This is D20 plus 4. And all right, our Dusk Mother, please help us. 16.
No.
Oh wait, actually plus 4.
Oh,
is
plus
20.
4. Oh, that's right. 20. It
Yes,
does
sorry,
hit.
I'm doing these custom.
Yeah.
It hits. All right, so he is going to take, let me see, D10 plus 2. And Dusk Mother beat his ass. 11 points of Eldritch Screech damage.
All right. All right. Good to know.
All right, and now for my turn. Well, first before I go, I'm gonna be like, ah, shit, I can't. All right,
We have
sorry,
options.
give me 1 sec. Okay, so we have the swarm right in front of us. They're gonna take a pop shot at me if I try to move forward. All right, since shit, Citra.
Yeah.
Dante's gonna put his hand over on Citra's shoulder. Citra, I'm gonna need you to get to Bruh.
I can do that.
And Dante is steady aim uses all my movement, right?
It does.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna take another knee, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna cover you to Citra, and I want to make a shot at Bruh's brother.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
All right, attack with advantage. Here we go. Okay, longbow. Oh, please don't fail me. No, I've been rolling so good. All right, first one is a 17. Second one is a 24.
All right, that hits.
Go, Dante,
Nicely
go.
done.
All right, so he is going to take 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And is that sneak attack or no?
Unfortunately not. He is.
Well,
Well,
Bruh is still alive next
Yeah.
to him.
He is
He
engaged.
is an ally
with
within 5 feet, so...
I'm gonna say yes. It is sneak
okay,
attack
so
advantage.
Okay, so all right, so with
The
sneak
only
attack.
requirement is being alive and 5 feet from it.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say with advantage?
No, it is sneak attack damage.
Okay, sneak attack damage. Okay, so he's gonna take an additional 14.
God damn.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Goodness.
Sorry.
All right. As you fire off your arrow, as it in the side of the armor, you can still see it sticking out before he just rights himself with the blade, and he's still has vicious plans towards your ally. All right.
Ah, fuck.
That said, is now the
Wait,
swarm's
one sec.
turn.
I got one more thing.
Oh.
thing. I can move Virgil. Virgil's got movement.
Oh, he do. Where
You do,
to?
so I'm gonna move him next to me and Citra. If that's how as far as he can get.
Yeah, you can get that. No.
Yeah, baby. Don't want him getting whisked away.
All right. With it being the swarm's turn, These two are already in the room now.
Oh man.
By the way, as the doors close behind these other individuals, as they... You hear a massive bestial roar coming through the wood and almost shaking the stone before it going quiet.
What?
Do we not see fire sprouting out of the door entrance?
You guys will know. Eventually.
Great. I'm gonna have to tell Mal that fucking Benedictus is dead.
I have to face him tomorrow. Alright, so that being said, it is now the Swarm's turn. So this one's still on Leodon. So it's gonna come up to Leodon. And then all of them are gonna make an attack, starting with Leodon. It's gonna be 15 to hit.
Nope.
Alright. Dante, it's gonna be 12 to hit.
Nope, doesn't hit.
Alright, Citra, that's gonna be an unnatural 20.
Yeah, it'll hit.
So, Citra takes 8 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
Damn.
Yep.
Teacher just keeps getting a beating.
Well, no, I was going to say, what about me? I'm like lying down.
You got screwed over. That's what you got.
You're
Helping. We're trying.
You're facing a big bad. Don't.
Yeah. Don't sell yourself short.
We're supposed to be fighting the rats right now.
All right. And next is
Kill the ads.
Laren, 6 and
Thank God.
13.
Fuck.
All right. You take 6 points of slashing damage.
Please tell me you're still standing.
I have no HP left. A light breeze will kill
But
me.
you're still alive though. That's all we need.
How many hit points are you at right now? I need to know.
Oh, I can say that?
Yeah. No, you guys
5.
can. Yeah, you guys can tell each other's health. I give
Okay.
you indications on what the health is for your enemies. Like,
Gotcha.
are they
I'm at
bloodied
5 right now.
or near death?
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. So,
All right,
so
so-
what is he at?
5.
5? Alright.
And that's going to be the end for the swarm. It is now Citra's turn.
Alright, so Citra's gonna use a key point, use Step of the Wind, and she's actually gonna disengage as a bonus action, or dash action, to get between Buddha and one of the other swarm pieces going after, Laren. I almost did the same thing.
So it's either disengage or
I think it's
dash.
I've never used this before, sorry.
I know,
If you're
playing
trying
among
to
for the
avoid
first time.
opportunity attacks, it's disengage.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Sorry, brain did not put that fully together right away.
You're good.
All right.
So she's, yeah, her whole point is she wants to be close to Buddha, but between one of the enemies, so that they are flanked for Laren.
Okay. Right about there?
Yeah.
All right.
And then she's going to cast a second level Cure Wounds, a 2d8 on Buddha to help him get back the fuck up as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, it's 7 points, but hey, it's more than one.
Okay. And is that going to be Citra's turn?
Well, that was a bonus action, so no, it's not.
It's an action to heal somebody. You use your bonus action to disengage.
Wait a minute, right, sorry, read it backwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I can do. But
Okay.
it's just, now, at least for Laren, you have a flanking partner now.
All right.
Well, I don't stab people.
Okay.
I know, but at least some of your stuff might help, I don't know. Or at least they'll be distracted.
All right. Next up is Leodon, and then some stuff is going to happen next.
All right. For flavor, I'm going to use my forearm to shove this guy away from me, and then I'm going to take some throws at my favorite foe with my hand axes.
Okay.
Here we go. First one, probably not going to hit. A 10.
Nope.
Second one, 16?
No, unfortunately not. As you take both of your hand axes and you throw them overhead at each attack, just right back into your hands.
Damn it. Bonus action, I'm going to take one more throw.
All right. Oh God, range is
Come on,
There we
Leo.
go.
There you go.
22.
All right, that hits.
All right, that is going to be 9 slashing plus 1d6 for gathered swarm, an additional 2 piercing, and 1 more for favored foe is an additional 3 damage.
All right. All right.
Humanoids.
He's looking bloodied. He was bloodied last round, but he's starting. This is bloodied in the sense of like, you can see the body is beginning to not function the way it's supposed to. All right.
Wait, who is this again?
This is Burra's brother, or Akibodo as he has been referred to.
You mean brother?
Bruh.
And Bird is back.
All right.
Bruh-ni-chan.
And that's going to be the end of Leodon's turn.
Yep.
All right. As you guys are still noticing that there is a lot of commotion, you can hear the slashes and cuts coming out from behind you, getting closer as in approaching this room. Ending his turn in it is Samuel Ishgari, now with a familiar blade in hand, the Arcan blade. As he's all like,
Fuck!
"You're all wasting your time."
Yeah, they need reinforcements. Good.
Yep.
Oh, Seat's just like, who? What?
Yep.
Fucker!
All right. With that, rolling his initiative.
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it!
Oh boy.
Who did he say you're all wasting your time to?
All right. As he points his blade towards one of the swarm members. All right. That's going to be the end of that. Bruh, you're up. You're on the ground. You are almost bleeding out.
Okay.
Wait, why is Samuel pointing at the swarm?
Kill your
Confusion.
family. Kill your family.
Well.
Kill your
okay.
family. Kill your family.
Alright. Bro's eyes are closed, however. He opens them and his pupils shrink.
Oh.
Alright, so getting up because an action, right?
It costs half your movement. Yeah, it's not an action, it's half your movement.
Alright, getting up, rage,
Oh, right, you're barbarian.
rage,
Shadow Legends.
yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Not sponsored.
Let's see. Rage. Let's see. Giving that fighting spirit.
Is Fighting Spirit
Oh,
a
wait.
bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. So that will cost you your bonus action. Raging is also a bonus action. So
Shit.
one or the other.
One or the other.
Alright, in that case, let's see, which one would be more advantageous in this situation? Reducing, bludgeoning, boost. Rage. I'll do fighting spirit later. Okay. Attacking brother. And hopefully my attacks will land this time.
All right. See.
Bruh-ni-san.
Nice on. No.
Okay, I'm not even looking at that one.
No, fuck that. That didn't matter.
17.
That just hits.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh, wait. Well, I'm going to add a 2 to look at.
Yeah,
that
you're raging.
Still doesn't matter.
Raging
Alright,
damage.
Okay. Alright, now. Okay, damage. Slashing. Ooh, 11.
Ooh.
Oh. He's mortal. As you try and swing the blade once, you can hear aim for the heart. Before you go and you just barely miss the blade, the center of the body as it goes through the armor and it just cuts deep underneath it before pulling back, and you can see a splattering of blackened blood just over the cobblestone. All right. Is that all of Burr's action?
Yep.
It's now Akiboto's turn. He is now taking a sidestep. And he's going to make 3 attacks. One of them is going to be special.
Oh, Lord.
No, lordy.
So it's gonna be special.
Alright. So, Burra.
Very fucking bad.
Okay, so that's going to be a 9.
Miss.
Second one is going to be a 15.
Barely made it.
Alright. And also, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and also I need Citra to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Wait, you said, doesn't raising increase my armor class?
No, no, you take half damage from that.
You said
So
I roll
I'll
at disadvantage?
let you know what that damage is going to be in a minute.
Did you say disadvantage?
Yes, with disadvantage.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you at first.
Alright, so Burra, you take...
Oh wait, I forgot to do my death saving throw.
16.
It doesn't matter for us. Okay. Alright, let's see it.
Alright, so you're taking, you're already taking 8 points of slashing damage, as is.
I'm down again. It doesn't matter. I guess.
That's halved. That's halved.
I'm at 1 HP.
No, but Citra healed you, remember?
Yeah.
I forgot to update it. Okay, let me update it now. What was the amount again?
So Citra, how much did you add?
8 halved is 4. So that's
you have
the
4
damage
health,
you're taking.
because I gave you 8 in total if you count the one you already had. I rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Alright, so now. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so with that dex save, believe Citra, you just barely make it. Even with disadvantage, I'm surprised. As
Her dex
the
save
blade,
is her highest, okay? Let her have it.
Yeah, as the blade comes up overhead, you can see as the first slash comes down onto you, Burra, and almost as if there's a second slash that you just barely don't see hitting the back of Citra. This is known as the Rikuyo double.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
And
Oh, good. A special thing.
Yep.
Oh, good, an owl. I don't like that sound.
Nobody ever does.
Sounds like a lot of dice.
There's only 3.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
But which dice were those?
3d12.
So,
The 100s.
Citra, because you make it, you are taking 19 points of slashing damage, halved, and Burra, you're also taking that damage, but unfortunately drops you back down to 0.
Are you saying 19 halved or 19 was the half?
No, 19 and then halved. Go ahead and halve that.
So
I'm not doing math right now, sorry.
9?
So 9.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
I'll just say 9.
Okay.
That's
She's
what's the
looking
damage.
very painful right now.
Alright.
She's got 8 left.
So
He
that's-
got up and then he came back down.
Alright, I guess
Alright.
I'm gonna have to be the savior today.
Jeez.
I haven't taken. You know what's surprising? I haven't taken any damage this whole thing.
I need to increase.
Good for you.
I need,
Must be nice.
Rogues.
I really need to
I'm
increase
far
my,
away.
I really need to increase my armor class. This is style.
Alright.
We got you, bud.
That said, it is now the end of Akiboto's turn. Laren, it is now your turn.
I'm teleporting with Misty Step 30 feet away from here.
Okay.
Next to Leodon.
Just
Yeah, no, not dealing with that.
yeah. All right.
That was my Misty Step with bonus action, and I will use my action to call for the... let's bring Arthas into the fight. I'm gonna pull out a small golden lion figurine and
Really
drop
forgot.
that motherfucker on Bra's brother.
I forgot.
Nice.
What?
It seems that there's been regifted.
Here he is.
I feel bad that we're beating the
Hey.
shit out of Brez's brother because he's probably going through some trauma right now.
Well, too fucking bad. He's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I know. I
Yep.
kind of wanted to leave the kill to him, but we'll see what happens.
Alright, there you go.
Oh,
No,
hello,
He
no,
what's
no,
that?
no.
person.
No.
All bets are off.
Flank him with Citra. Don't do it.
Oh, okay.
There we go. You get the extra bonuses with the delicious meat.
All right. As you see, as Laren pulls out a small golden lion-like statue, and he just tosses it over into the air as it hits the ground. Just this large golden lion now standing in the room. You can see as Aki Akari freaked the fuck out, and everyone else kind of now looking extremely confused as to where the fuck did this kid get this kind of item. As it
Kill.
just lets out this bellowing metallic roar towards Aki Akari, or Akibodo.
Arthas kill! And he's gonna use a bite action. He has pack tactics, so the lion has advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of the lion's allies is within 5 feet of the creatures.
All right, this is
So
true.
it has +2, and also... Oh no, wait, how do you manage...
It's in the rules.
No, in this one. How do you manage flanking in your campaign? In this campaign?
It's in the rules.
Oh, God, just tell me,
I'm
motherfucker.
not. I can't look at it right now. I'm 7 feet away from my computer.
+2. Okay, so it is +2. So this is going to be with advantage.
Yeah.
So let's see first either a 10 or a 21.
21. That will hit.
Okay.
I nearly
Get-
forgot
gets-
you had that,
gets-
and I painted a miniature for it.
4. Oh, come on. 4 points of piercing damage.
All right. Okay. Yeah, he's
Okay.
still getting closer towards being, mortal in a sense.
That is going to be my turn. I moved, action bonus. Well, I didn't move, but I'm going to remain here.
Yeah. All right. That being the end, it is now Dante's turn.
All right. Once again, I'm gonna have Virgil go first. I'm gonna have him do Eldritch Scream on the 2 swarm that are before us.
It has to be one or the other. Remember, one target.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
If I try to run past them, would only one attack me or both of them?
You, as a rogue, can bonus action disengage, and they won't have an opportunity attack on you. But if you try and run past them now, they will have an opportunity attack on you.
Okay, all right.
So if you need your bonus action, weigh your options. You still have all your health.
Okay, I still have all my health. Okay, so fuck it. I'm gonna disengage,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to run past them to get to Bruh.
Excuse me. Six. Just get it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And now I'm going to use Lay on Hands.
Okay.
And I'm going to use I'm gonna use 3.
Okay.
3 points.
So, Burra, as you feel a strange, pale moonlight return to you, and your eyes begin to flutter open, you can see as energy is leaving Dante's hand, and you can see the moonstone bracelet on their arm is glowing a bright, pale light. All right.
Look,
And I go down. And I rise again. And I go down.
I'm getting really, really tired of being knocked down.
All right.
You got this, bitch!
And with that, Burra, by the way, because you were incapacitated, you did lose your rage.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Just want to
understand.
double check that. All right.
Okay, so I still have Virgil. I haven't used him yet.
Okay.
All right, let me see here. Wait, Samuel's our enemy right now, right?
No?
You get a feeling when he was pointing towards the swarm that he decided that who his lot was picked with was all of you, and that's just that's just from what you can possibly tell. You're not exactly proficient in insight, so you're always at a point of danger. You don't know.
Okay.
But one is a very clear action.
All right, so fuck it. I'm gonna have Virgil do Eldritch Scream on one of the swarm in front of Samael.
Okay. I'm gonna assume.
All right, it's time to do all that spicy stuff once more. And all right, so let me see. All right, Dusk Mother, you helped me here, but help me again, please. Yes, 19 plus 4, so that's 23 to hit.
All right, go ahead and just roll me some damage.
All right, so D10 plus 2. It's going to be 11. Wow, I've been rolling a lot of 9s.
9.
All right, and that one's gone.
And now I'm going to, which way is Akiboto facing?
Towards Citra, Bura, and you.
Citra, Bura, and me. Alright, I'm going to have Virgil move between Akiboto and Citra. If that's possible.
Right about there. I can put him there.
Yeah.
All right. That's everything you got for the round?
Citra's about to probably go down. I'm sorry.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Well, I got 2 more on my pool. I'm hoping to give that to Citra.
If I stand up, you don't have to worry about it. If I go down, you might.
Okay,
All right,
so
well,
it is.
That's why I'm here.
It is now the swarm's turn. I'm gonna start with Leodon again with this attack. That's gonna be an 11. Leodon.
Uh-oh.
Connor.
Connor?
Connor?
Team muted.
Connor is fucking dead, you guys.
Get up to whiz that misses.
All right. it is a miss. Okay. And then this is going to be towards Sam. Unfortunately, no. This one is just going to move over. And this one's going to be over onto Citra. That's going to be a 6.
Miss.
And this one's onto Bura, which is going to be a 4. And that's as many as that were alive at this point. You guys saved Laren saved you guys a lot of fucking trouble with that first spell.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
I had to
Taking
lower
out
those
half
numbers,
the-
Jesus.
Yep. All right. And that's going to be the end. It is now Samael's turn. Seeing the first swarm, he is just going to make an attack onto it.
I should have fireballed the very first turn.
Right.
Citra
All right.
recognizes that blade, right?
Yeah. As
So yeah,
you guys
she's
see,
quaking.
you guys see not even a step, almost as if to just be up in the front of this guy, and you suddenly see metal sticking out the back of him for and pushing him off to the side. 2.
No.
Making his way over. Actually,
Is a friend of yours?
swarm. Swarm. One of the swarms hits him in the back, and kind of promptly ignores it before continuing to walk still forward. All right, that is going to be the end of his turn. Citra, you're up.
Cool. Well, she's got the 2 swarm between her, but at the same time, now she's got a lion flanking with her? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Alright, so that's what, a +2 at the attack?
Yep.
She's gonna try. That is a nat 20.
Woo!
Thank
Yeah,
God.
baby.
All right. And this is on to Akiboto, I'm assuming?
Yep.
All right.
Alright. That's a 13 for the crit, and then she's gonna use her last 2 key points on Flurry of Blows on him. Which
I'm gonna say this now. How shall you slay?
Well, she's gonna
Sorry,
go straight
bro.
for the. She's going straight for the chest to just do as much damage to where Buddha had done all the damage. Just keep slamming on those pressure points.
All right. as you do, and you completely just rattle the inside of that armor, you can hear certain words coming out from something, just almost telekinetically told to you. Tell him it's not his fault. Before that final hit, poof, and you see as the body, the blade begins to dissipate, and the arms that are under the armor and the legs begin to also turn to a reddish ash, and the head just, as the armor falls onto the ground.
Huh. Whew.
Goodbye,
Alright.
Will. Goodbye, Will.
Alright.
Says the unconscious bruh.
Yep.
No, he was healed. He was
Yeah, he
healed.
was brought back.
All right.
Yep. He's okay
Alright.
for now.
He's still laying on the floor, just kind of getting his bearings.
By the way, what was the HP I healed for?
I healed you for 3,
Yeah. And
because that's all I had.
And with that, you can still see as Aki Akari, he's now noticing the armor on the ground. You can see there's panic before holding the blade himself, finally getting into the battle. Stand stalwart! Do not let Bura live.
That won't be hard.
Yeah, have you seen this terrifying? Look at that.
Yeah, but we got Citra here.
Yeah.
Who's also not doing so great.
And with that,
Don't worry, I got you, bud.
it is now Leodon's turn.
Wait, hold up. We should take a break.
You will do it after this.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it track.
All right.
Yeah, it's the middle of the fight. I don't think a break is a good idea.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was a
Alright.
good, like, event pillar.
Seeing as how the primary threat has been dissipated,
Teacher went
Leo
physical.
will.
Teacher just went physical for the first time.
It's true.
Let's get
This was your first kill,
Physical.
huh?
Yeah, she ain't taking it well.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, I'll talk
It's
you out
okay.
of this.
It was already dead.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It wasn't even a person.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch.
Very much.
He was hardly holding on. All right, go ahead, Leo.
Gosh, Citra is also surrounded by dudes.
Yep.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna go ahead and flick some axes at the two dudes that are surrounding Citra.
Okay. Go ahead and make me some attack rolls.
26.
That will hit.
Wow.
And then for the
And
second one?
If I can, I'd like these to be non-lethal, but if not, it's no big deal.
Oh, okay. I'll take to notes of that.
That is 11 slashing damage.
Unfortunately, the second one will not hit. But the first one is...
What?
No, that was damage.
Oh, that was damage? Oh,
So,
so...
11 slashing damage.
Okay, so as one axe leaves your hand, as a... boom, you can see this person just gets floored, and the axe is kind of sticking out of the clavicle. They're alive, but unconscious.
Second one. Oh, come on. A 10.
No, unfortunately. As the second axe gets thrown, it just goes right overhead as it gets parried by the blade and just goes... and...
I mean, you
Right
got
back
your
to the
third
hand.
action.
Bonus action, I will... actually, you know what? I'm going to use my Gathered Swarm. Does this provoke? Hang on, I'm reading something.
I get a feeling I know what you're trying to do.
No, I can't do it. I'm going to just, as a bonus action, just melee swing at the guy that's right next to me.
Okay. See that attack?
I'm not gonna get my fighting style bonus from this, but that's okay. 24 to hit.
Still hits.
Nice.
Fuck him
Is this
up,
also
baby.
non-lethal?
Yes, non-lethal.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hit it. I'm just gonna bonk him on the head.
All right.
On the head.
That'll be 6 slashing damage, and if need be, I will use my gathered swarm to make that another d6.
Yeah. You're definitely gonna need that extra d6 as they're gonna still stand from that
Alright.
first hit.
Here we go. Fuck. 1.
Unfortunately, no.
Aw.
As you you bonk them on the head, and they kind of go, ugh, oh god. They're still up, but they're not good.
Won't they have to make a wisdom for that though?
Yeah, maybe a saving throw. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I think the DC is over 20.
All right.
Poor commoner. I'm debating moving here.
You've got.
Does
You need.
could I quickly judge to see if the big guy on the steps is going to move into Bruh or one of us?
You can tell, I would say, just with your natural insight, you're gonna tell he's gonna finally step into the fight.
With Bruh?
Yeah, he's gonna go after Bruh. He does
Okay.
not want him to live.
I am a big
In-
man going after the dude.
In that case, I'm going to just stay interposed between myself and Laron.
Okay.
Thank you. Wait, what?
Laren.
I'm
Just to stand interposed, like I want you to kind of make sure that there's nothing going to happen to Laren, sorry.
yeah.
Is that
Well,
full-
I was more trying to prevent
Oh.
the one remaining swarm from getting to Laron.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that'll be me.
Not the wall.
All right, and then top of the round is Bruh.
Okay, so first off, getting up.
Okay.
If I take an action surge, I'll be able to rage and use second wind, correct?
No, that's not how that works.
God.
Yeah.
He's
I
gonna get
know.
an extra action.
Yeah, it
I get an extra
allows
action.
you to take an extra action. You still have your bonus action. I don't know how many rages you get a day right now because you're still level 1.
There's my last rage.
Okay, so 2 rages a day. Okay. So
But I want to use relentless. I want to use my second wind and then attack the guy.
so you're going to have to make that choice.
I'm gonna focus on defense first. I'm gonna focus on defense since this guy wants me dead.
All right.
So I can do rage and second wind.
Rage or second wind, one or the other.
Because of both bonus actions.
You only have one bonus action.
Okay, so I can only. Well, I only have 3 HP.
You know,
You know, it's-
the sad thing is, mathematically, that dude who's your dad is probably stronger than your brother. So he's probably only like, hey, 3 attacks. So no matter if you heal or if you rage, you're gonna get down no matter what.
You might want to start
I'm-
moving back then.
I noted before that Akiakari looks bloody. Mainly because
yeah, because I shot him good, and
You
then I
did.
also had the Eldritch Screen on him too.
Yeah.
Plus
the
ice and
fireball.
And fireball.
Oh, and the fireball.
He took
Yeah.
a lot of hits.
He's just
Well-
been standing there menacingly.
Well, if I'm
he
gonna
was
go
hoping
down,
he was hoping his son would finish the job.
Well, if I'm gonna go down, I might as well go down fighting. Rage
Shadow Legends.
and attacking Papa.
Papa Dearest.
Yeah, so he's like,
Just gonna get up to him. And that's literally all your movement because you had to come up from the ground.
okay, please. Please give me some hits. Please.
I'm praying for you to the Dusk Mother.
And don't forget, you also still have your action surge after all this.
Wait, I can't use action surge now?
Well, you still, if you use action surge, you still have another round of attacks. So I'm just telling you now.
What? Okay, if I use this action surge, does that mean I can get 3 attacks in?
No.
Okay, what's your normal amount of attacks?
2.
Normal.
So you'll
2?
end up having 4 attacks after you use action surge.
I just did attack now.
Okay, so the first one misses. What's your next attack?
Okay, I'll do another attack.
Come on, bro. You got this, bud.
Finally!
Yay!
That will hit.
23.
There we go.
Let's see.
8.
All right.
Oh wait, does it take in the rage modifier already?
No, you have to roll your rage damage. Or it adds your. You should add your rage damage on top of that.
So 8
so
plus.
that's 10.
Okay.
Wait, are you using Dex or Strength?
Strength, I believe.
Yeah, because I don't get placed to Strength.
10. All right. So that's your second attack. You still have action surge.
2 more.
If I use action surge,
You
I
get
can
2
do
more
a
attacks.
Another time.
Yeah, you
All
get
right,
2 more
I'll
attacks.
All right, action surge. Okay. Please. Fuck.
Nope. All right.
One more.
One more.
One more,
There
buddy.
we go.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, there we are.
And 9.
9. Burra.
Hmm?
He had exactly 19 hit points left.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
How shall you slay your father?
All right, he's on his knees.
What?
Why did you do this? All this. Why?
Because I lost my son to you. You defiled my home with betrayal. You took the life of your own brother, my son, and you ran. So I turned to the only people who were willing to help after his funeral. And now you think you have the bravery to kill your own father. So go ahead. Do it. Kill me. But it will never regain what you've lost.
Alright, I'm sorry. I am sorry for doing this. I'm just thinking in terms of what he wants.
Okay.
Bro puts up his sword. No. I won't give you that satisfaction. Just beating you right now is enough for me.
Coward.
Well,
Coward!
Bro just walks away.
I'm going to say, for the sake of the argument, your attacks are non-lethal. He's incapacitated.
Okay.
As the rest of the other swarm members begin to see that there is no point to the rest of this fight, given that their leader is defeated. You still have a chase that's going on.
Now Samael's still here.
Yep.
Yeah, Citra's staring
With that-
at that sword.
We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Finally!
Yeah.
Finally! Finally he defeated someone!
Yay!
Finally!
All right. Yeah.
Father too.
All right. So we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be right back to see what happens a bit further. But yeah, things are getting a little spicy.
Alright.
All right. See you guys
I'll be right back.
in 10 minutes. Bye.
Be right back. PP
Alright.
time.
And we are back. Sorry if there's sunlight on my face. So, that being noted, we're going to jump right back into game. You guys have finished your fight with the Rikuyo battle. And with that noted, let's us go here. Alright. So, a few moments pass before you can see as Samael is kind of just like looking at you, Burra. He puts a hand on your shoulder. It's not easy to face something like that. However, I will note there is a semblance of weakness from not finishing the job.
I rather spare him than give him the satisfaction of death. If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward.
Well then. Noted. I believe there are still other matters that need to be handled.
Laren is like already at the door, like, come on! He's gonna cast
so
Mage.
it's Leo. Leo is actually already at the door.
Yeah, he's gonna cast Mage Armor myself before going in.
Citra's gonna heal herself, and then I guess Buddha with their level 2 spells, and that's the case.
Okay.
So.
Alright, what also sorry, is Samael on our side?
Yeah, Citra is staring at him, like, very confused.
Oh, I think I have an idea of what happened.
Right, hold on.
Sorry, I wasn't here for that conversation, guys.
13. Alright, and for Buddha...
As he's staring back at you, Dante.
Okay.
You get an additional 10, Daito.
Sweet.
And then, at the same time, she's gonna use her 2 sorcery points to at least bring back 1 level 2 spell again anyway. So she at least still has 1.
Okay. As he's looking towards the door and looking at you, Burra. Or, towards you, Dante. Let's get this thing open, shall we? As he pushes
Dante's
on one
like...
side of the door, and the others begin to start all pushing these doors slowly open.
Oh, the lion is pushing, like, just bounce.
Yeah, just... And as the door slowly opens, you can see, as you guys walk through into the Clarium Vault, there is a massive red beast that is currently thrashing about, just kicking up gold coins. There are several treasures within this room. You can see things are getting knocked off to the side. There are massive claw marks on the wall as this large draconic-like creature bends its head down over and looks at all of you as you enter, and the doors begin to close back.
Benedictus?
Father, there are intruders within the Clarium Vault! As he reels back.
Now hold on, is he looking at us?
He's looking at all of you.
Fuck!
You see there is a crazed look in this young dragon's eye.
Ah,
I need
great.
you all to roll initiative.
Oh,
A whole 8?
Maybe.
I went
Alright.
4.
Alright, a best Moon Mother, give us the
Another
red
natural
moon.
1.
Hey!
17!
Alright.
No, I just... No! Oh. Oh. Okay.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, everyone.
Calm the fuck up, Benedictus, you're a fucking weakling.
Wait, fuck.
Alright. So,
do I have enough passive insight?
God damn it.
Citra. And then wrong. Leodon.
Insane.
And then Dante. This one's gonna be Sam. 19. And then this is Benny. With a bomb. He actually rolled pretty low.
Oh wait, one of my languages is Japanese, isn't it?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So, that being said, it is now the top of the round. As this massive red dragon, as he's kind of just stomping around, moving through the gold, you can see as he's pulling in air at the moment. First move goes to Sam.
Oh no, Sam, please don't.
Don't kill him.
It's all
Don't. Oh.
Fortunately, he sees it as a threat, and he's gonna
I have
run
no
up.
idea how much I hate you right now.
I know. He's going to make his attacks. It's gonna be 23 and another 23.
God damn, Sam.
Yep. This is Arcane Blade.
Yeah, Citra is sweating. That hurt.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. As he runs up and he just cuts beneath under one of the wings and then stabs the side of Benedictus as it lets out this bellowing roar as he pulls back and he's getting ready just for whatever onslaught. However, fortunately, you can see as the head shakes and it's still angry, seeing as all of you as a threat still now. All right, I see head of Samael. Dante, you're up.
Is it within speaking reach, like screaming reach?
Yeah, he's in the same room with you, so you could talk with him if you can try.
Okay, can I use persuasion?
It's mind control. I don't think it's gonna work.
Oh.
Like it's being affected by a spell right now.
He got charmed like Leo did.
Shit. Okay,
Do we have someone that can break that though? If it's under mind control?
Nope, I don't have dispel magic.
Okay, Alright, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon Virgil again.
All right. Oh, left him over here.
It's okay, we don't have to kill him. We can just knock him out, right? We can just knock
Tell
him
that
out,
to
right?
the guy with the Arcane sword.
Yeah.
How about we survive?
All right.
that should be our priority.
As
Can't kill this fucking thing. I know this thing for my entire life.
I'm just dude. I'm just concerned about surviving at this point.
Okay, alright. Well, bro, you're next to me, are you?
It's hard to see.
No.
I'm assuming at the bottom.
Burrow's on the farthest side of the room. Leodon, Dante, Citra, and then Laren.
Okay. And Citra has the highest. Wait, what hit points are you at right now, Brad?
I healed him for 13.
Healed him for 13?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I could probably use like what was it, second wind at the start as well. So that'll help.
Okay. All right. I just don't want you hurting. How about you, Citra? What's your level at?
She's at 21 out of 32. I think the really, really hurt one is Laren.
Laren? Okay. And how many hit points are you at, Laren?
5.
5? Alright. Alright, I'm gonna use my movement and I'm gonna walk over to, I'm gonna, like, skip on over to, Laren.
Alright.
Is the door behind Benedictus open?
There is no door. The vault has already been raided, but you don't get a semblance of whoever had entered here is here anymore.
Fuck.
At least from just passive perception for you.
Fuck.
Kano security
Alright.
fucking sucks.
Yeah. All right, so sorry, bud. This is all I got right now. So I'm gonna heal Laren for 2 with lay on hands.
All right, that's gonna be your action. So have your bonus action.
Bonus action. Shit. What
We
do
need
I
to
have
leave.
here?
This is not a fight. We need to leave.
All right. So if Laren's telling us we need to leave, wait, are those doors locked behind us?
They did close. You can take the opportunity to open them again.
All right.
Wait, where's Arthas?
Okay.
Where's what?
Where's
Lion.
Arthas?
Oh, yes.
The big kitty.
So sorry. Nearly forgot.
Can I use my bonus action to do a perception check around this place? Because even if they've left, there's something else that I'm looking for.
What are you looking for in specific?
I'm trying to see if they somehow forgot the White Queen.
You don't know what the staff of the White Queen ultimately would look like. You know it's supposed to look like a spine.
Yeah.
But
Do
go
I see
ahead.
any?
Let's see. With your passive, no. So go ahead and make a perception check.
All right.
Just to scan the room to see if something might look like it.
Okay. All right, Our Lady, the Moon, the pretty one. Let's go. Back. 11.
Unfortunately, no. You don't see anything that might look like the staff of the White Queen. All right.
All right.
Is that going to be it for you?
How much of my movement did I use going to Laren?
Pretty much all of it.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Wait, all
6
30
spaces.
of it?
Yeah, all 6 spaces.
Damn it! It's okay. I'm behind the lion. I'm good. All right then. Well, shit. Virgil hasn't done his stuff yet, no?
He has not.
Okay, alright, so can I have
means.
Virgil fly over to the dragon and use talons on his eyes?
Sure. Go ahead and have him make an attack roll.
Okay. Shit. Okay, sorry, I have to look at my little sheet. Actions, talons. +5. Okay. Why do we do that? Alright, so 12 plus 5. 17.
17? Just barely.
Okay,
As-
so he.
As he just flies over with the long claws coming out over onto the eyes. So go ahead and give me the damage. Oh, and
Alright.
that means... Nope.
1d6 plus 3. Okay. And then 4.
Alright. Good to know.
Dragons have very good saving throws.
Not wisdom.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Young dragon, I'll tell you this now.
No
They have
worry.
a 0 to their wisdom.
But it was +4.
Young red dragon? No. That's not what the stat block says. And I'm using D&D beyond stat block. There's no major adjustments to this aside from the AC.
I played a red dragon a couple days ago. Okay.
Okay. You're thinking of their charisma. Okay. And that's going to be it for Dante?
Yep, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Laren, you're up.
I don't like who this guardian is freaking. Is he trying to kill him? Is he going for the intent of killing the Sorg dude?
You... let's see.
Like he looks like he's not holding his gloves.
Make an insight. Make an insight because you're not exactly proficient in it.
Yeah. No.
And I'll consider checks like this to be free as a free action.
12.
Well, you can tell he is just trying to get through. He's not trying to attack with dangerous intent because he knows who this dragon is related to, and he's just trying to keep it from doing any more damage than it already has.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna use Tasha's Hero Laughter on Benedictus.
Okay.
I can't.
I have no idea what that does.
A creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if this spell affects it. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. A creature with an intelligence score of 4 or less is not affected.
Okay.
At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw. The target that has advantage on the saving throw, if it's triggered by damage. On a success, the spell ends. So for now, Wisdom saving throw. DC 16.
Okay. Alright, that's gonna be in 8. Just 8.
Okay. So he is laughing his ass off.
Alright. As you conjure, as you tell something funny towards Benedictus, almost as if to try and convince him that, we're not the danger, you can hear the rapturous laughter coming out. You can hear the gold coins in the room begin to shake.
Because of Laren's transmutation, Laren, face morphs into a cartoony version of Canis, doing a funny face.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, no, that's actually really funny. All right, and so he is prone. He is incapacitated, correct?
Yes, and unable to stand up for the duration. So it's a whole minute.
All right.
He's incapacitated.
I'm gonna just flip him upside down.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna flip him upside down because I have no way of indicating that for a massive thing like this.
Yeah, and I will move 30 feet on the north wall, as far away from the group as possible, because if that thing breathes on us, fuck it. No, away from the group.
Oh, over here?
North wall, yeah, here we go.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why are you going away from the door? Why away from the door?
Because we're gonna have to make him unconscious at this point.
Double check.
Because if he breathes in the direction of the door.
All right.
Oh no! Oh wait, hold on. No,
he's incapacitated. He can't take any actions.
Fuck it. Yeah. Leave out the door.
Leave. Let's leave.
I'm going out the door then.
Wait, is
Bring
this
in
just
the lion 2?
Is this the final room?
All right, you get just right to the door. The lion coming shortly after.
Everyone, just leave.
All right.
That's gonna be everything I can do. I'm gonna hold concentration. Don't hurt it. Just leave.
You're talking to Samael.
So that's going to be the end of Laren. It is now Benedictus' turn. He is incapacitated, and he gets to make a check at the end of his action,
Correct.
yes?
Wisdom saving throw DC 16.
2.
Oh my god, thank
Oh
god.
my lord.
All right, and he's just on the ground rolling around, laughing crazily. Citra, you're up.
Just leave, everyone, including you, dude with the sword.
You can see as Samael is unabated by this.
Son of a bitch.
As he turns back. No, there's obviously a problem that can be solved. Attack now!
Is he aiming to actually kill this dragon?
He's not trying to kill it, as I've noted towards
okay.
Laren.
Okay.
Is this the final room we're supposed to be in?
Yes.
So there's nothing beyond this.
There's nothing beyond this.
Where'd the other people go?
They're
'Cause
gone.
They didn't pass us.
You have no idea?
But how are they gone?
They could not be invisible because the dragon has written true sight. He will be able to still find them.
So, I mean,
Young
there's
dragons don't have true sight, actually.
They don't?
Nope. They have blind sight.
Well, it's the same. They don't need to be able
Adult
to
and
see that you're
higher,
there.
I believe.
Well, it
Fuck.
shot
Alright,
in the
we gotta-
dark, but this whole room's like covered in like stuff on the floor, right?
Yeah. It's full of golds, jewels, various other magical items and whatnots.
Would Citra possibly be able to look around and see if there's anything moving in places that doesn't have people in it?
make a perception check with disadvantage if you're looking for something that might be invisible.
That's what she's trying. So that's 17.
Even if they were invisible, Benedictus
yeah.
would have been able to see them or find them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. There's nothing that can indicate that there's something moving across across this room.
If there's nothing else in here, then Citra doesn't see a reason to fight this dragon. So she's gonna listen to Lauren, but she's gonna look at Samael and just leave him alone. There's nothing to fight. Just staring at him. She's a little unnerved about this guy too, though, because it is Samael and he has the sword she's terrified of. I'm guessing that would be persuasion.
Unfortunately, you've already kind of done a perception at this point.
Yeah, if
He's not abated by any words at this point. He's trying to actually, more than likely, knock some sense into this one.
Citra's kind of torn. She doesn't want to attack someone that Lauren's literally telling us to turn away from.
It's up to you. If you feel like we can get him out of that out of that mind control before he can attack,
well,
you guys have a full round before it gets to him.
Can she even reach him?
You can run up to him. Yeah.
All right. Not Samael. I mean the dragon. She's not gonna attack Samael.
Yeah, no, that's as far as I can, because there's that stationary for Virgil.
Cool. The only thing I can think of is that she can probably try to use hold person, but I think that's only humanoid, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, then she can't use it. There's nothing she can do. She can't reach him.
He's right in front of you. You can whack him on the head if you want.
Oh, I can?
To.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see this big, I'm assuming that's Virgil in front of me.
Yeah, that's what I
he's
mean.
just-
That's
Okay,
there
I got very
for
confused.
Virgil.
Okay, I was I was thrown off. I apologize.
Yeah.
That was simplified things. There we go.
Yeah. Alright, so she'll look at Lauren like, we gotta snap him out of this, and she's just gonna try what she did with Leo.
Okay.
Start beating the crap out of him.
She's the whack you stick of wake the fuck up.
Okay.
So, if he's on the floor incapacitated, does that do anything for the attacks?
Because he
Advantage?
is prone. He is prone. You do have advantage on attack rolls as long as it's melee.
Yeah, she's not trying to hurt, like, she's not trying to do anything
Yeah.
lethal to him. She's just trying to knock sense into him.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That is, the first one is a 22. And just
That will
to
hit.
see, yeah. And the second one's a 19. I'll go with the 22.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry, buddy, and she's just gonna smack him. And that'd be 9 damage.
Fucking finally. Okay.
You know, for a second I thought we were live because the moment I did the whole Kano's funny cartoon face, I got a message from Mal.
Oh,
As you run up and over the traveler in your hands, as you just come down and smack it straight on the head, as it's rolling around, laughing like crazy before crack.
just, I'm
And
sorry!
suddenly, you see as it stops, it overcomes both the initial effect as well as none other than our friend's effect as well. Before... What happened?
Oh.
This is just like rolling up and over, and it's looking out towards all of you.
Benny?
Lauren.
Oh, thank.
With that, it'll be the end of combat.
Huh. We're alive, people.
And way before my time.
Oh.
I know.
Thankfully, I hit.
Dude, that could have been
Thankfully,
a
he
dragon
rolled.
breath.
He rolled high enough in order to overcome this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That could have been a dragon breath. I'm fucking horrified right now.
You were. You're lucky you did Tasha's.
Yeah.
As this giant red, young red dragon. The scales are not getting any darker right now, but they're still relatively bright, as most dragons are. as he comes onto his upside. He brings his head down towards the lot of you before Samael finally backs away and sheathes the blade.
Citra inches away from Samael immediately.
Yeah.
Lauren, what
Two
are you
intruders.
doing within the Clarium Vault?
We were chasing people that were coming in here. 2 people went in before us. Did you see them?
For a moment, yes. Then something went fuzzy.
Do you feel anyone else is present here? Beside us?
No. They must have whisked themselves away at some
Is
point.
anything missing?
So he moves off to the side. You can see there is the actual Clarium Vault, which is this large platinum vault that has its doors almost as if they were ripped off the hinges and broken. And within it, you guys can see there are various old pieces of Lumerian technology, ancient magical items, and as it looks in,
They did take something. It was put into the Clarium Vault not too long ago.
Dante pinching the bridge of his nose.
Was it an amulet?
Was it red?
No.
Or
It
was
an
it...
amulet. I care not. It was put into my hoard for a reason, and thus I protected it. Well,
What
now
about
I see my
a...
failures.
What about a staff? A very magical staff.
Did it look like a spine of some sort?
No. We never heard something like that within the vault.
Thank the goddess. At least that's taken care of.
Then what did they take?
as he starts looking in.
They took a few things, actually.
That can't be
An
good.
old world seed.
Are you what?
Possibly. The amulet that was placed in here not too long ago.
Fuck.
I have no understanding as to who those individuals intended for. But they are without a doubt strong.
Yeah, it hurt.
Dante looking daggers towards Samael.
Sam is looking back. I don't know what you're looking at me for. I came to help, actually.
Why do you have that blade?
It's a
That's
family heirloom.
Yeah.
Dante seats the blade.
That blade was used against us.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I quite remember that.
I barely
was-
do.
What
What?
are you doing with that blade?
Wait a minute. Dante, like, kind of just starts, like, feeling around Samael's pockets and stuff.
What? No, stop. As he pushes you off.
Okay,
Listen,
maybe that was a
I
little bit
can't-
too touchy.
Obviously.
What do you
Came
mean
here
you
to
don't?
help because it's an obvious benefit.
What do you mean you don't remember?
Samael, do you have obsidian in your pocket?
Well, you just happy to see it.
He's supposed to entertain this. He like pulls out his pockets. There's nothing in them.
Sorry, just a suspicion.
Citra's gonna slink over to Dante. Just that blade was used by a very, very, very armored man that nearly killed us all last time.
I know, but he
Listen,
says he doesn't remember.
Yeah, but
Can I do an insight check on Samael?
go ahead.
same. Because Citra's like terrified of this thing, and she very much remembers that blade.
Alright, so we have... Okay.
Or I guess that would be helping Dante.
Are you?
I'm proficient in it. I've got +5 to it.
Then
I got plus-
then Dante would have advantage because you're proficient in it.
Yep.
Okay, so alright, so advantage. Let me see. Insight. Okay, so it's 15.
So from what you can tell, he's not exactly scatterbrained. He's very focused in his intent here. You can tell he is not lying when he says he came here to help because it benefits him.
Yeah.
And you could also tell that with that blade in hand, there might be some connection with the Ishgari family and the blade itself, but there is still some slight unanswered questions as to how this is all connected. But you can definitely tell whoever had that blade beforehand is still Sam.
Like, we know that was him that night?
Given every indication, you do.
Yeah. Sorry for not trusting you, but a lot of the information behind you, plus the fact that I'm fairly certain you were the one that nearly killed us all, I don't trust you.
Start talking.
As you can tell, I had some assumptions as to what might be happening tonight. I was tipped off by the possibility that the Amulet of the Red King might be in the possession of an old enemy. When I went to go find it, you were all still there. Bits and pieces that I can remember, others I can't.
You nearly massacred us.
I left you with your lives. Consider that a professional courtesy.
Citra does not like this.
You beat my team to death.
Well, almost.
None of them.
death.
Well, considering how none of them desired the means to answer the question.
They had no idea what was down below. They had no idea where the amulet was.
But they took plenty of time to try and attack and kill me. I simply stopped them. I didn't kill them. Once again, a professional courtesy.
Courtesy.
Guys,
I'm not trying to kill anyone here.
guys, look, I don't know what happened between the two of you. I'll be honest. We are kind of in a bit of a bigger situation here.
We should head back to the room.
Leo's investigating the room around to see if there's any sign of anything left behind by the people who were in here.
With your
I will use detect magic if I have to.
So, with your passive perception, there is probably something that you would imagine could possibly be left behind. But go ahead and make me an investigation check with advantage. Because
May I proceed to give some help, given my knowledge of the area? So
sure.
you have advantage.
Alright. Oh, for the fucking love of God.
You have advantage. You have advantage.
Yeah,
That
but
says-
That's right.
That says intimidation.
What's intimidation?
8.
I think you have one more investigation because the first one you rolled
because
was
you rolled
intimidation.
Yeah.
I rolled intimidation? Oh shit.
Yeah. I
Alright.
saw intimidation, not
I
investigation.
yell at the room.
I have a +1 in that. Huzzah! I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the 3.
I mean, even with your perception and with investigation, as you kind of just begin to kind of scan about and look for literally anything. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you could find that would have been a possible clue or mark as to what could have been left behind.
Is my familiar anywhere in the room?
Can I roll investigation to see if I can help?
I will give you one more chance for that with Burra. But what was it that Laren said?
Is my familiar anywhere in the room? I sent him here.
No, actually.
Fuck. Is it dead?
You get a semblance that it was dissipated.
Gotcha.
Trying to chase down whoever it was.
Virgil's in the room now.
Yeah, Virgil's in the room.
No, but I was asking because I sent familiar here beforehand, so maybe you would know something.
Okay, one sec. Let me check.
it's
Let me
dead.
check something about.
Alright, I'm gonna do my
yeah.
investigation roll.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, that was useless.
Yep, same result as
Wait.
Leodon. You guys are not doing great right now.
I mean,
Wait,
I
can
have plus 7 investigation. May I roll?
Can I throw in for advantage?
I will
Can I throw
say,
in?
here's what I'm gonna say. Dante, you're gonna help Laren to do an investigation, and Laren, you're going to have advantage.
Okay.
All right, I'm helping out, but
I was helping Leodon, and it's like, okay, this is not working. You're like,
Yep. This is your guys' last chance.
okay, so either 23
already good.
or 14. So 23.
Okay.
23.
So, in kind of going through some of the gold, moving some of the jewels, some of the items well within the room, double checking the Clarion Vault, Laren, you do find something. You find what was the bone mask that was worn by the High Priest, left in the shadows of the Clarion Vault.
Never the shadowy area.
It's not bright in this vault for purposes obvious to.
Yeah.
But you do find this bone mask that has some reddishness around some of the crevices, kind of like a wash on a miniature, really.
Does it seem magical in some way?
No, but you get a feeling that either it was left behind on purpose or it was left behind by mistake. You can't really tell.
Gotcha. I just throw it at the party. And this looks familiar to you guys?
Does it?
That was one of the guys we were chasing.
Is it Williams or the other dude?
The other dude.
The other dude.
The priest.
Gotcha.
Well, I don't want to cut this short, but we kind of left a room full of people fighting.
Yeah, we need to go back.
Alright.
She quickly looks at the dragon, just bows her head like, I'm sorry for hitting you.
Oh no, you are perfectly fine. You managed to get my head out of a fuzz. But if there is a battle to be fought, then I shall come with all of you.
As you can see, as his form begins to shrink down into what is a humanoid-looking figure with bright yellow irises and hair that kind of comes off like tendrils instead of hair, as he hasn't perfected this form of magic just yet. And very young-looking face, almost like this, almost like an adamantine guard armor, but instead it's bright red. And he looks towards you, Laren.
I must appreciate you teaching me that trick.
You're getting better at it. Just train those a little bit, but you're still good.
Yes.
Now we need to go help
Elise
over
as well.
there.
Yes, let's go. As
Okay, let's go.
All of you make your way out of the Clarion Vault and begin to rush. You're walking past all the bodies. At this point, you can see there are adamantine guards now beginning to fill the first room you guys had entered. And by the time you make it back, you can see by the end of this battle, there was like 1 or 2 demons still left over, as there is a Canis and Helena taking down the final Garistro. And as one demon comes flying towards all of you, you can see as Benedictus leans back, and you can see almost his head turns halfway to a dragon before breathing a large cone of fire into this demon before it slides across the floor onto in front of all of you.
Yeah, that could have been us.
Before Sam just takes the blade and just
Double checking.
You can see the ballroom is a mess. And there are a few bodies left over. However, as far as everyone that you do care is still alive, injured but alive. Citra, your parents are still alive. Okay. The Vizier is like heavily scratched up. Canis is missing pieces of his armor that's just been banged to hell. Helena is just breathing heavily and is just trying to grip at a bow, just trying to like bite down so that way she doesn't feel pain that she had been attacked with. But as far as you guys know, the demons have been slayed.
Oh boy. If that's the case, Citra will, I guess, kind of scan around and start doing what she does best, which is spare the dying.
Alright. Each one of you will be having a little bit of time to each other, but as Locke comes over towards you, Laren. I see you made it, and also Benedictus.
Hey, big bro. We didn't exactly.
And you can see the hand kind of touches your head. Proud of you, though. You lived.
I learned from the best.
He looks out towards the rest of the party. I must apologize, but I'm gonna need my brother back. So, if you want to say your goodbyes now, I do it. Because we're gonna be having a long discussion tonight.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you guys later. I guess. Sorry for the issues.
It's fine. I mean, it was a short time, but we're glad to have met you.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure making your acquaintance.
You're
Same.
definitely a friend in my book.
Hey, if anything, I might be able to see you guys later. I know where you live.
Yeah,
That's not a threat. That's not.
It's not a threat.
I mean, Citra would be like, well, I mean, if you're gonna continue to work with Dagex, I'll probably see you more often than you think.
Yeah, depending how things go, we might end up not. I might not be allowed to leave the family for the rest of the trip, depending how things are going.
Understood.
I'll try to see if I can send you guys a message or something. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Till then, go check on your mom.
Yeah. One more thing. When you guys see, it looks at Leodon. When you guys see your friend again, please make sure to decapitate the asshole.
Gladly.
Leo just squats down in front of Laurent and just gives a slow nod.
Tell him the Dust Lake family sends his regards.
Oh, trust me, I won't have the chance. You won't see me coming.
Laren is going to hand to Leodon, but first, looking at everyone, he's going to give him a small stone. It's my practice transmutation stone. I'll let you guys borrow this for a bit.
Oh.
It's not much, but it's something. At least in the meantime.
Just takes it in this huge palm.
Yeah.
Whoever holds that can get some dark vision if necessary.
Citra will kneel down to him real quick and be like, I don't have much to give, but I can give you this if you're okay with it. And she's gonna give him a hug because that's what she does.
I'll take it.
Yep.
So, quick question for everyone, meta speaking. Does everyone have dark vision?
Nope.
I do not. I do not have dark vision.
Then,
I think
Citra does.
Laren is going to let you guys borrow his transmuter stone, which whoever holds it has dark vision for 60 feet.
60 feet?
Yeah, 60 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
Oh, nice. We're gonna be tossing it around to each other.
Well, I think Buddha also has dark vision,
I won't
right?
be making one for a while, so you guys enjoy it.
Thanks, bud. Also, I'm sorry for calling you 12 yesterday.
Everything is completely fine. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
All right, wisdom saving throw. Here we go. All right. Let me see.
I'll join as well. I might as well apologize as well.
Oh well, I mean, I feel like you got your comeuppance yesterday.
Yeah,
It's a 5.
So Dante is 3 feet tall now.
Jesus.
As you shake hands, you feel a magical surge enter you, Dante, as you shrink down to 3 feet tall.
Oh, my bad. It's Constitution saving throw, but just change the modifier. I don't think it's going to be enough, regardless.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, 3 feet tall.
Okay. Wait.
This
Yeah,
is
I guess I deserve that.
You can see his lock is kind of laughing as well. All right. You've all had your fun, but we got some problems to solve ourselves after this. So, Laren, shall we?
Yeah, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Send you a letter.
Take care of yourself, Lauren.
You can see as Locke turns with his brother, and they all return. You can see all the Dust Lakes are just beaten and tired after.
Well, the
this
ones who
event.
fight, not all of them are
Yeah,
fighters.
especially the ones who fight. Don't worry. In this instance, as one guard approaches the rest of the crew, and looking at all of you, and then also staring at Sam for a bit. Did you manage to stop them?
No.
No. We weren't successful. They beat us to the vault and they seemingly disappeared. We did, however, recover this. And I toss him the bone mask.
Catches it.
Also, we apprehended one of their number.
Oh, right, the father.
As he looks at all of you, he puts a finger towards the lip of the helmet. Let's keep this between us for right now, shall we?
What?
Sam? As you can see under the helmet, just barely to anyone that has a 14 or higher passive perception. Which
Yep, that would be me.
all of you.
You
You can see there's a slight bluish glow under the helmet before turning and taking the mask with him.
Of course.
Fucker. No, wait.
Fucker.
That's right, you're so tiny!
As Samael now staring at all of you, looks like you guys have good friends in high places.
You can say that, I guess.
So which way? I need to stick around. I'll be talking to your mighty king soon. And the fact that I've assisted, I might be able to start debating as to why the Thalia Cliffs deserves more protection than Fallenstein at this point. And as he begins to walk away, he stops for a moment and then looks down at Dante.
Tiny Dante.
And Dante,
Yeah.
I wasn't lying when I said you should come home. You're more than welcome to enter the gates of the Cliffs of Thalia whenever you like. Bring your friends as well. Perhaps you'll actually listen once things are a bit more calm. As he turns back, he begins to walk towards the rest of his group. You guys all have survived a great ordeal, defeating one of the main houses of Yemnin, capturing its leader and Burr's father, and also riding the head of a mighty red dragon who is one of the sons of Canis.
That was a happy surprise.
As your ally, your temporary ally, taking a leave, and the night beginning to calm, being surrounded by many guards, as well as your director and friends, in trying to mitigate these situations. The night ends in anxiety and panic. But you'll all have your opportunities to talk to whoever you like in the next episode of 6.
Woo! We did it!
That. So we're gonna go ahead and end.
None of us
nice.
had to die. Good.
Yeah.
Woo!
I just love the
Alright.
tub thumping theme going over here with Buddha. I get up again. You're never
I
gonna
get
knock me
knocked
down.
but I get up again. You never gonna keep me down.
Yeah. Knock
Alright.
down and come back up. Yep.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear what your Spotify playlist is.
Time for you to,
You know,
steal your family's armor. And
All right.
I'm gonna have to rescind it from my playlist and hand it off to Bruz's playlist.
Okay.
Boy.
All right. So, that being said, we're gonna go ahead do some quick announcements before we go ahead and head on off.
Yeah, boy.
First and foremost, I want to give a huge thank you to Bracky for joining us these past 3 episodes. It was a wonderful little experience, and also so happy to have you back on D6 for the time we did.
Yeah.
Happy to be back. It was fun.
Yeah, and who knows, we might see you again in the future if you have time.
Checking my schedule.
Hopefully, we
Can
got
I
a
play
minute.
Can I be a wizard of higher level? What
We'll
the
see.
cool shit
We'll
is.
see when you return.
Yeah.
And so next up, some quick announcements specifically for me is first off, I want to give a huge shout out to the notion that How to Be an Adventurer is finally over on YouTube. I'm so happy with it. I know
Nice.
I probably announced it last week, but this week I'm so happy it's all already done. However, I have an entire summer of content coming out. Basically, by the time this comes out, the Isekai video will finally be up on YouTube, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. It's probably a little bit more problematic than I would have liked, but my opinion is my opinion.
I gotta finish some stuff for you for that one too towards the end of this summer.
Yeah. We have a bunch of spicy anime reviews coming out over the summer as well. Also, I'm glad to announce that our merch store, or my merch store, is finally back up. A bunch of old How to Be an Adventurer designs are out. Some Yoroshian designs are out.
Nice.
I'm not sure if we'll be doing D6 stuff, mainly because I don't know what that might entail, but hey, if you are interested, let me know. And then also finally, I think that's about it for me. I got everything done. I'm so happy with myself right now.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah.
You
All
kicked
right.
some
So
butt.
that being said, we're gonna go across the table like we usually do, and let everyone do their quick announcements. So, Blue, hi now.
Not as stressed anymore. Yay! Leo's no longer a puppet. Anyway,
Nice.
doing good. Hi, it's Blue Kazanate. I play Citra, your stress-driven monk. Right now, not much going on. I have pretty much cleared up most of my commission slots, so if you're interested, my Twitch handle is, of course, Blue Kazanate as well. But yeah, that's about it going on for me.
All right, Connor.
Hey, Distortion Devil here. I play Leodon, the Furbolg Ranger. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.com/Distortion Devil, where I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Be sure to check out my DM's Guild, where I just released the College of Distortion Bard, power metal themed Bard subclass, and I am already working on the next subclass that I'll be releasing. Stay tuned to find out what it is.
Oh.
Alrighty. Next up is Jade.
Hi, this is Jade the Firefox, who plays Dante, your changing rogue. And I don't have much going on right now. I just got one of my slots taken for my commissions. And so if you want to commission me for anything from thumbnails, full bodies, icons, stuff like that, you could message me at jade_firefox at twitter.com, and I can give you those prices.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and next up, my good friend Daito.
Yo, this is Daito Madachi, aka Brawl the Half-Orc Samurai. So, I'm actually going to resume streaming this week, finally.
Yay!
So tomorrow I'll be streaming Multiverses, the Closed Alpha, and then Wednesday I will start my first Nuzlocke using Sword and Shield. I feel like it'll be interesting, but at the same time kind of scared about it. So
That is a good game to start with, our Nuzlocke. It's pretty easy.
Nuzlocke for Sword and Shield?
Yeah, Sword and Shield is relatively easy, so you'll be having a good entry for it.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about the final boss because I remember the final boss gave me kind of we can talk after afterwards. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right, and last but not least, our wonderful guest who will be leaving us after this.
Oh, I'm leaving.
Aw.
I'm gone.
I miss you,
No,
buddy.
Bye,
Reggie.
bitches.
I miss you, buddy.
Now you have to
loved
deal with the
you.
bodies left behind.
Yeah. All right, and
Hi.
last but not least, Bracky.
I am Bracky, aka Bracky Sword. I played Laren, the Halfling Wizard, because I was not allowed to play River.
I heard you almost say it.
You can find me on Twitter or on Twitch at twitch.tv/BrackySoid or on Twitter at BrackySoid, where you can find my art or the announcements for my streams. I stream games and art every now and then, or my hand decides to cooperate with me. More often than not, it's going to be Elden Ring, Final Fantasy XIV. I am heavily thinking of streaming some Digimon trading card games. You can find me doing that at Connor's channel too, which is gonna be fun. I'm getting into Digimon. I might get myself a bonus fucking pack because I don't know. I want my childhood dream of getting a freaking pack. Other than that, not much to announce. Other than I'm leaving. I'm gone.
No.
Never to be seen again.
Oh shit!
Rather than
No.
the halfling wizard who is going to be freaking grounded for the rest of the year for running off.
Running off with delinquents.
All right.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for inviting me, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh god, I'm gonna miss you, Bracky. As I always do.
It's fun.
How do you miss me? I'm an asshole.
All right.
We love assholes here.
You're our
God.
asshole.
Oh, I don't want to be your asshole.
Okay, so that being said, nothing else pressing?
Nope.
Nah.
Don't believe so.
So, thank you all so very much for sticking around with us. Thank you all so much for watching.
Oh, I did forget to mention one thing.
Oh.
Dante's miniaturization lasts for the rest of the year, so I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't. I know that for a fact. Oh, God.
You're telling me I have to keep a voice like this forever? At least I can do halflings now.
Thank you all so much for watching and hanging out with us. As usual, we'll be back next week to see where the adventure continues. Be safe, and as always, we love you, and see you next Sunday. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Try some mustard on pizza this week.
Mustard pizza. I'm gonna give it a
Try it.